old, rolling like a geezer.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Graybeard's Studio. We are doing comic books. We're doing movie poster design or perhaps redesign, depending on what the fellas choose to do. So this should be a pretty fun time. I'm a big movie fan. I think most of us are. So this will be a great opportunity to maybe take a movie poster that we thought really sucked and make it good. So, or maybe better, or maybe make it worse. We'll find out. But let's bring in my cohorts here. There's Gary Martin. Let's bring him in. Hey, Gary. Oh. Los Pollos.
Hermanos.
There was. Wait a minute. Wasn't there a. There was a restaurant down in L.A. It was close to USC that was called El Pollo Loco, the Crazy Chicken. That's not the same thing. Okay.
No, I know. Folks in the chat will know where this is from.
Okay. All right. There's a guy that he's a man of mystery in a lot of ways. We never see his face. We've seen blurry video of him across the internet. At least what we think is him, but please welcome Kelsey Shannon.
My movie is not as bad as they say it is. Hey, man, like, I don't even watch movies, man. Oh yes.
Jeez, Warner guy.
Once again, playing with little action figures. It's Kelsey.
Hello. What's happening?
Let your fingers do the talking.
Are
you,
Oh, sorry.
Does your camera do that automatically? I mean, zoom in and zoom out, or
No. David's does. It like finds faces and stuff in his artwork.
Oh, okay.
It couldn't find the faces in my artwork. Nah.
I think David's been spending too much time at raves recently, but everybody, please welcome David Williams to the stream.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's going to be a damn good show.
Instant.
It sounds like you're in my brain. That's loud.
Can you imagine like dropping some acid, man, and then like tuning into this show with David's lights and stuff?
Aaron, what are you encouraging to the kids?
No. Hey, I just came across some video they did.
Sounds like a good idea, man.
No, in the 50s, they did like this research project where they took this housewife and they gave her LSD, and then they talked to her afterwards. And it's this black and white video. It's on YouTube, and she's like, "Oh, I'm becoming one with the." It was pretty funny. But can you imagine volunteering for that?
Yes.
To your brain, but you know.
She's like, "There's something actually worth living for." Oh. Yeah, just a little break from her life work at Der Wiederschnitzel.
No, she has 3 kids, and taking care of the husband and slaving all day at home, and then it's like dropping some acid during the day for scientific research. That's the life right there.
Yeah, it's better than being an alcoholic like the rest of the wives.
She just skipped that, went right next level. Oh, my goodness. Well, gentlemen, let's see who's here joining us on this festive occasion. Jefferson Roswell is here, and he says, first for the first time. Look at that. Thanks for joining us, man. Then David Brohawk Williams in the house says, man, Aaron, take your old ass to bed, A.A. Ron. That was last night.
6 o'clock?
Oh,
I was so far ahead of the curve. I posted the link and everything last night. So how about that? That's being prepared. And then of course I posted, I'm just getting started, which was true because after I posted this, I colored Kit Carter for another 2 hours before I went to bed. So.
oh, I was thinking that this was what do you call it? You were feeling good about today's show. You were like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this out early. I got this. I'm just getting started.
Well, there's
was
that
like
too,
that.
because I want you guys to get a head start so you can actually think about it and process a little bit, because this is kind of, it's kind of a tough assignment to kind of lay out and design a movie poster without a little bit of forethought to it. So, Kelsey,
Easy.
did you plan ahead at all?
Oh yeah, I've already drawn it here. I've done several actually. The Wizards poster redesign. I did. How many we do on this show? Do any of those count?
Yeah.
Oh,
Those are pre-designs. So
no, I'm gonna do something. I do have something in mind. It's one of my favorite '90s movies, and I always hated the poster and the DVD cover for it. But I'm not going to tell you what it is. I think it's immediately identifiable once I start down that path. So I'm curious if anybody will catch it.
Well, let's go through the rest of the chat here, then we'll get rolling. Schism's here. Daniel Russell says bronze medal for me. I think that means he thinks he's third. Past Master Dan is here. Comic Kelsey is here. How about that? Tom Teacher, existing movie or hypothetical one? Well, technically, it could be either. So, like I suggested to Kelsey to do Shank the movie, but Repairman Jack is here. He's saying, "Ahoy, Graybeards! Aaron's got this one locked down for first place if it was a competition." Wow, look at the confidence they have in me.
False confidence, but yeah.
Maybe. Squibs is here. Dad's Den of Pop Culture, hoping for some Ice Pirates love. Actually, wasn't Ice Pirates? Who did that poster? That was actually a pretty decent poster, as I recall. It just was not a decent movie.
Well, I just found out that that guy who does that. Oh man, I forget his name.
The guy who does that stuff.
Yeah, well, he's got. You see him on the internet with the so-and-so atelier,
and he does those things.
Yeah, you know the guy that does those things. Chad will know.
He's great. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Ignite is here, and he's giving us Ignite is like creating porn movie names: Miami Spice, Gymnastic Park, Forest Hump. I mean, what is going on here? This is not what we're doing. Planet of the Astro Chimps, says Toshiro.
Planet of the Vampires would have been sweet. Yeah. Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
Driving Miss Daisy Crazy. That sounds like a porn movie. I don't know what's going on in the chat here. Brian Norton, all the way from Japan. He says he just landed back in Japan, and this is going to be a good one. Let's hope so. Normie Nerd is here. Chris Thacker. He wants me to redo Creature of the Black Lagoon, but man, that's been done a lot, and a lot of good ones too.
That would be cool.
He's got another one that he's planning on that's been done a lot, like King Kong, maybe. I don't know.
Exactly. Just want to draw a big monkey. Citizen Ronan, Brian Rubinacher. I've got that down. Lutrasaurus is here. Henry Bemis, all the way from Oregon. Robert the Bruce, Ruby Jade 90s, Citizen Ronan, Marcus Killigrew, the purveyor of all pop culture knowledge. Prater 7 is here. Gutsteck. That should be gut steak, I would think, but it's Gutsteck. Bill Weist. Oh, this will be a fascinating challenge. Hoping to see some iconic work here. Yeah, so are we. I mean, it's been 36 weeks. It's about time.
I'm not hoping for any iconic work. I want y'all to fail horribly. That's
That's right. Keep your expectations low, and then you can go up.
Hold on, Aaron. I'm still working on that word image gut stack.
I love a good gut steak.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. Brian and 999 is here. He says Breaking Bad. That wasn't a movie, was it? It was just a television show. Matt,
he's commenting on my shirt, Aaron.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Thank you. Let's see. Daniel Russell says Kelsey is going not win today. That's kind of like English, but not quite.
I need my own canon.
Pity Moss says, "Hail Graybirds and chats. Love Jaws. Improve the. How can you improve the Jaws poster? That's the greatest poster of all time. but I actually have done a Jaws movie poster, which I will share later. Marcus Killergoo, Aaron is a little quiet. Am I? I don't sound quiet to me.
I wish you'd be more quiet, honestly.
Yeah, maybe that's what he's saying. Yeah, Aaron, be more quiet.
Be more quiet.
Brian Smith says, where was that Robin Hood at the end of the last week's episode? Looks like David found it. As you can see, you're probably tripping pretty hard looking at it right now. Michael Dietz is here. Early on, they tried LSD as a treatment for alcoholism. Talk about out of the frying pan and into the fire. Here, give me a beer, and then I'm going to drop some acid. Let's see. Neil Orr says 54th for the first time. Excellent. Congratulations. I want a Kelsey Spaghetti Western poster. Ooh, that would be good.
Ooh.
Now he's got you thinking, doesn't he? Joseph Dredd, Neil Orr, Antonio Rusciello. Is it just me, or does it look like Gary is wearing a goofy chicken tie? That's what I thought at first, that you had a goofy chicken tie on, but it's actually a T-shirt under there. So, Kellraiser, Aaron, when does the Grandbaby due? It is due in January. It's going to be a boy. Yay!
Wow.
Prater 7 is now saying Watts at Clear. Was it Watts?
Yeah, Jeff Watts. He did
Watts.
the poster for Army of Darkness, I found out.
Whoa! No, wait a minute. Now, hang on a second. No, someone told me that was. Oh, geez. Help me out here.
Nope.
You can't remember his name, but you'll fight to the death for his credit.
No, I love that poster. This is one of my favorite posters of all time. You're talking about the painted one, right?
Yeah. I think that the chat told me, and the chat never lies. So if you're calling the chat a liar,
I may be, because I found out that it's that dude that did Painted Comics, and I can't think. He's a British guy, and I can't think of his freaking name.
John Bolton?
No. His name is Bevo Lottie.
That's it.
Bevo Lottie?
No, it's not.
John Bolton is a British guy. He painted
That's it. John Bolton. That's who it was.
The comics.
He already said John Bolton.
And you said no.
You said no.
Oh, well,
I
took some LSD before the show. I'm a little confused right now.
I'm going to look up Bevo Lottie, though. I think that guy sounds great.
Dude,
he's got more head than he's got body.
No, Kelsey, seriously, so I was told that John Bolton did that cover, and I looked it up, and it did confirm that Bolton actually did that cover.
Or that
poster.
So, because I just heard that the Jeff Watts did it, but I know John Bolton did the comics. I didn't know he was associated with the poster.
I
looked that up. Not Michael Bolton, Citizen Ronan said.
Somebody look that up and verify that in the chat, will you?
That's the amazing singer, songwriter Michael Bolton, who I celebrate.
Right. He was also a great painter, though. That's the thing people don't know. Leg Kick is here because Leg Kick is almost always here, and I think we've got everybody. Oh, Hendin Schnelly is here. You guys, hit the like and subscribe if you would to help this channel grow. We are blowing up, and we want to take over the internet. We can do it with your help. So please like and subscribe if you haven't already. We appreciate all you guys being here.
We're both wrong. The internet says Michael Hussar. Michael Hussar.
What?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna make me look this up, aren't you?
I just looked it up. That's what Google tells me, and Google's the oracle.
You're all wrong. I painted it.
Oh my god!
We have 3 artists on this movie poster now. Well, whoever did it,
Jack has got exquisite taste in clothing.
Wiley Draws is saying Earl Norman. It was not Earl Norman. Ronan's saying David's video makes me think I took LSD. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And Frank Leo Zero is here. Good day, everyone. He's all the way in Australia watching us, so that's pretty cool.
Good
day. And they said that a lot. We were on their vacation one time. It was good day. Okay. It's time for a little round of show and tell before we get rolling here. Gary, you've got some interesting stuff behind you there, and I want to take a closer look at it. So what have you got there on your table?
I showed some of this last week. I had one piece inked and the other one penciled. These are Alphonse Mucha style portraits. These are
no whiteout, right? Did you succeed?
Pardon me?
Did you succeed? No whiteout? No mess
No
ups?
whiteout on the second one.
Yeah.
Wow, look at
So,
that.
yeah, I was able to ink both of these without making any mistakes because I'm coloring the original. So here's the second one. You saw the pencils last week.
Yeah, beautiful.
Fabulous.
God, it's huge.
And then I started coloring on the first one.
Yeah.
I still
look at-
have all the dress to do, but
Oh,
everything else is like mostly done.
God, you're
So-
matching that color technique perfectly.
Yeah. Are you trying? Yeah, I was going to say, you're trying to kind of match what Muka's color
Yes.
technique too, right?
Yes, I'm trying
Oh,
to mimic his palette and values.
Oh,
Yeah,
that guy's
that's
gonna be so
fantastic.
happy with these, and the daughters are probably going to flip out, man. Those are
Yeah, well,
awesome.
hopefully, yeah. I mean, that's the. And I asked Aaron this. We were talking about this a little bit before the show started. I wanted to ask it now for you guys in the chat and David and Kelsey about spraying some kind of fixative over watercolor to protect it. Have you guys done that? Do you recommend that? Yes or no?
I haven't tried it.
Well, I mean, we were talking about that. What's it called? The matte medium? Or
No, I'm not
was
talking
even
about.
glossy?
No, I don't want to paint. Brush anything. I'm talking about that spray on
Well-
fixative stuff.
Like
Just
Krylon.
to protect it, to
fixative
give
or
it a.
something.
Usually
Yeah.
kind of dulls the color, but that kind of color, it probably wouldn't affect it much because it's supposed to be kind of matte.
I do a
So-
test before you do
Yeah.
anything because
Yeah.
watercolor, as soon as anything water hits it, it'll instantly create like a little mark where that spray hit. Like
That's a good
little.
point too. That
Mm.
could happen. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
because
was-
I'm using Dr. Martin watercolors, and they're very susceptible to any kind of spots with moisture.
Mm.
I just
Yeah.
put that sucker in a plastic bag, ship it to him, and let him worry about it.
don't put it outside in the rain. Then it'll
No.
be
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. Big fella
Okay.
guy makes sure he hangs it inside.
But I
Yeah.
have to give a shout out to Dr. Martin's. I don't color that often, but when I do,
You use Dos Equis.
Wait a minute.
this
there it is.
watercolor, this is Dr. Martin's. You can see
There it is.
Certified.
Yeah.
this
Concentrated.
bottle is 30 years old.
Wow.
Most of my colors are from the same set. That's
So you
there.
got them in your 40s.
30 years old. Yeah, exactly. And I'm still using them. They're that.
I got paints that old too from like when I was in high school that are still in it. Some of my colored pencils date back to high school. Bill Weist says, I have a watercolorist friend who uses something successfully. I'll have to ask her and get back to you, Gary. That's Bill Weist.
I would appreciate that. Do you? Yeah, because I'm nervous about finishing these and then shipping them, and they come, all
Well,
messed up.
Citizen Ronan says, Gary, there are watercolor spray fixatives. That's a good thing. I mean, suppose you go like Dick Blix and look up watercolor spray fixative and see what comes up.
Okay, I will do that. That's a good tip. Thank you.
Still test it before you go
Yeah.
Yes.
ham on your original.
I know. Before I start, spraying
Arthur
everything.
Boyce says, Gary, I spray all my paintings with fixative. It will not affect the paints, but the paper you use will be affected by the fixative. That's an excellent point as well. So a lot of stuff for Gary to stress out over once he gets those. We don't want to see you next week, Gary, going, I ruined it, so okay, Kelsey,
Oh, okay.
what are you going to show us?
Well, I just wanted to say, other than my dollar store paints that I buy, a lot of my art supplies are also 30 years old. I inherited them from my grandparents. I know.
That was a slap at Gary.
I did this one, I think last week.
Yeah, you
just
showed us that last week. We'll look at it
randomly.
again.
Yeah. I thought it was worth showing again. Oh, there we go. Oh, there you go.
Your little
And
booty.
this one
Kelsey,
was.
spray it and let's see what happens.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've sprayed it many times, my friend.
Oh my goodness. What?
Sensitive. What are you guys talking about? God, you guys,
Oh my God.
get your mind out of the gutter. And this was last week's Raymond. Was it not Raymond Chandler? Was it Raymond Chandler? No. It was
Alex. What?
Alex Ray.
It was Alex Raymond.
Raymond.
Raymond Chandler.
Yeah. What's this guy's name? Kit Carter. Kit. What's his name?
Dude,
Anybody
you are a
remember?
hot mess. This is what disqualifies you.
But yeah,
It's
yeah.
Rex Morgan, wasn't it? Rex Morgan.
MD.
I'm kidding.
MD.
Kidding.
Yeah. So
Now I can't think of his name. Oh, jeez.
gave her a black bra. It was like a leather bra before, and I was,
That's probably uncomfortable.
yeah. So there you go. That's what I have from last week. Nothing much else. Everything else has been in the computer. I've been learning. What is it called? Procreate.
Procreate, yeah.
Yeah, and that's been interesting. Yeah, I've enjoyed it. I don't
Rip
know.
Kirby is who we're looking for. There.
Thank you, Rip
Joseph
Kirby.
Perez and, Benjamin Soto. Some people were paying attention, so Skull Nash. Pretty much everybody in the chat remembered except us. So
Yeah,
that's
Kelsey actually knows all the names. He's just testing everyone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. See? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
hold on a
Yeah.
second.
I know their
Did any
names.
of you-
Yeah.
Did any of you watch Ethan's stream about what's his name?
Yes.
Savage Dragon dude.
Yeah, Eric Larson.
Oh, no.
Eric Larson.
Yeah. That was brutal.
As
What's he
he
doing
was
now?
like looking at Eric Larson comic, every time he turned the page, he would make that sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go.
It was like he was, and it became more and more Edward G. Robinson as the show progressed. I was like, oh, he's watching
Yeah,
Graybeard.
see? Yeah.
That's a successful comic. It was moving him to nausea, but it was moving.
Yeah,
him.
exactly.
I wanted to make sure I didn't shout out Coran Kaiser Stone is in the audience as well. So
Hey,
Yo.
Yeah.
okay, David, let's take a look at
The winner.
the lost Robin Hood. Here it is.
Hold on a
Finished
second.
it. Yeah.
Kaiser, let me ask you a question. Do you use fixative on your tablet?
Yeah.
It's called Save As.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow,
So-
look at that. Imagine how great that would have been if it'd been like on the show last week.
It was. You just didn't see
and
it.
it wasn't.
I don't know. I don't remember being this good last week.
Yeah, I don't
Did
remember.
you? Yeah.
Yeah.
You do it. This another one. Is this? Yeah. I don't know.
Hey, Daniel Russell says Sheminki aerospray fixative for watercolors.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to write that down.
Sheminki aerospray fixative for watercolors.
Sounds
Just
like a
watch
girl
the
I
show
dated in high
later.
school.
Good. Yeah, I remember Sheminski aerospray. She was an
Yeah.
She was a babe.
Wow, we all remember her.
Dang.
Okay, thank
we all
you.
had a
Thank you,
Sheminski
Daniel.
aerospray in our high school. Oh.
Mm.
Dad in pop culture says the Sheminskis are a polka band.
Yeah. It's a family polka band.
Squib's giving D Whams some love. Says that's excellent, D Whams. So there you go.
Not bad. Not bad.
So I got some other things that I did. I showed that one. I did a trading card for Aaron. And
But he didn't stop at one.
yeah, I did not stop at one because Aaron wanted me to do another one.
It's
And
not bad. What else you got? That's
Yeah.
I did his other character.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can do the robots from Power Cube.
Yeah.
And they'll all be part of the. You'll be getting these free when you back the Kit Carter graphic novel, which is my next campaign coming up shortly.
Yeah.
The originals?
No, you don't get the originals. You get the card. I get the originals.
That one, David, that's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, that's so cool.
That is the Power Blaster.
So glad you're not drawing that today on today's show.
Right.
He'd lose it if he did. So I don't know what happened to it.
So he had me do another one because I did a layout because he gave me options to pick. So
Oh, brother, you caught him red-handed, whatever he was up to.
So
Oh, sorry, I thought this was the bathroom. Oh.
Perfect.
little drops of oil down there on the bottom of the floor.
So I wanted to do something with the cube, so I put his smallest character in the cube. So like when you pick up the card, it's like you're looking in the cube.
Yeah.
So he's squashed in there. So,
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Maybe I'll hire Kelsey to color these, because if I do it, Kelsey will just criticize me. So
Yeah, better just go to the source. Yeah, let me go ahead and take care of these for you. Yeah,
And-
absolutely love it.
So I also was in digging out some stuff in my FedEx boxes, and I found some old stuff.
uh-oh.
Some Jaguar or whatever it was.
No, that'll probably be next week.
Okay.
But I found some turnarounds I was doing on the Superman animated show,
Nice.
Oh my
and
God.
I put myself in there. You know,
I don't think you ever were that jacked.
Are you in
And-
the background somewhere?
you know, everybody was. Yeah, I was
I
a
don't know.
character. I was a
Yeah.
character where this I forgot prototype type character came in, and Superman had to save us and all this kind of stuff. So and I designed the parademons.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Dude, those are
I
awesome.
remember those.
Yeah, I did the turnarounds on that. Here's the head turnaround. You had to do those separately.
Oh,
Looks
yeah.
just like the ones in Josh
Yeah.
Whedon's Justice League.
Yeah.
David, could you put that last one back up again?
What, the head one?
The face, yeah. You look at the right hand one. Guess what he's saying? Yeah.
Hey,
Uh,
Corinne Kaiser Stone says, I'm David's new colorist. Sorry, Kelsey, we already decided. Oh,
Woo!
Color off.
look
I
out.
challenge you.
Yeah. So when I did the designs of myself in this episode, I also did storyboard artist Dave Bullock and comic book artist Dave Bullock.
Oh yeah. I've heard of
And
it.
yeah, me and
Granny Goodness. There she is.
there's Granny Goodness. I designed her, and I
She looked like
was the
Ed
one who suggested Ed Asner to do the voice, and they got him, which is great. Got to meet him. He was really nice. He's this is one of the best jobs I've ever had. So that's good.
Wow.
Always wanted to be a woman.
Yeah,
From
and I
David's
put
mouth.
another artist on the crew, Tommy Tahaya, in the show. Same episode. We all got our butts kicked because we were all car thieves. And I also did Highfather,
Oh,
and I based him after Charlton Heston.
Yeah. Let my people go.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So
There you go.
here's the colors.
there's
on
Ed
that.
Asner again. Mhm.
So
Very
yeah, I
good.
found a whole bunch of cool things. I got some other things. I also did Light Ray
Oh, neat.
when we were doing the New Gods. There was a whole bunch of New Gods that I designed,
Wow.
which
very
was
cool.
fun. Let me see what else I got. I did. I worked on helping Phil Barassa on a Thor cartoon.
Oh,
I was doing his cleanup, so I had to do turnarounds on that and stuff. So
And all of these are going to be in a book I can buy when?
yeah, I don't know.
Toth's book, right?
The animation art of David Williams. Holy
Yeah.
crap!
What do
Wow.
we got here? What is that?
This was we were trying to develop a style guide thing for Warner Brothers. It didn't go anywhere, so they said, "Oh, come up with some graphic ideas for Batman." So I did this.
Whoa.
That looks like Zipatone, the gray.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just marker.
Okay.
Dang. That's great.
And here are
Oh,
some of my drawings for Osmosis Jones.
I didn't know
Oh,
you worked
yeah.
on that. I love that
Yeah.
movie.
And this was all for the consumer products stuff. And Jerome Moore, he cleaned up just a couple of these, but most of them are me.
I want
but
that.
These are all my poses and stuff like that.
$25 confirmed.
And this was for a Superman movie that they had me do some designs for the Mick G when he was going to direct it. And they said, come up with some Superman costume designs, and this was one of them.
Are these the originals or are these copies?
Just copies. And here's another one. They didn't want it to look exactly like comic book Superman, which sucked because that's what I wanted to do. So they said, give us some options and stuff. This was for Darren Aronofsky's Batman. Now there's some Darren Aronofsky came out and said, "Oh, those were not for my." Yeah, they were, because he was such a flake on that film that the producers came over to Consumer Products and they needed to show some of their investors or whomever some production work to see what it could look like. So they came over and they got free art out of Consumer Products because I was worked for hire there. So I had a regular paycheck so they could get free artwork out of it. And so I did a whole bunch of designs for that production. Wow. So Aaron Aronofsky, you're wrong.
Oh, a little color there.
Yeah. And these were some of the things that they wanted. They specifically asked for. Do something out of the norm, for Batman.
I want to see an animated movie of this. I mean, this.
Oh, yeah,
great. God. What they could do with like 3D today, you make it look just like this.
Yeah. And I was thinking, like, what if Robin got his, little thing from Batman? He wore it first.
That's the rumor.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You're funny.
Batman.
Mm-hmm. Do the bat pole, Slobbin.
Oh. Wow. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably couldn't republish these, could you, without getting in trouble?
I don't see why not, but I don't. Oh, and this they were saying, oh, we might do a Batman Beyond. Could you do a little doodle of that? And I was just like, all right, here you go.
Yeah, couldn't you wait till after we're done drawing to show all this?
This is so David doesn't have to draw. That's
right.
His plan, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And this is a cap. This was a cover that I was doing for Marvel and inventory that never got used.
Hey.
These are some layouts I did for Kevin Grievous for his book Dark Storm that he was saying, I don't like them. Can you do some more?
You mean Kevin Grievous as Kevin Grievous in the comic?
Yeah, right.
Just change him to the Isom costume and sell him to Rip.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I might just have to do that.
Yeah, those are great. You got to get some use out of those things.
Look at that Doc Savage pants right there.
Yeah, his jobbers. This was for Eric Larson. He had some book that he was doing that got canceled, and I can't remember the name of it. It was like some oversized book, and he wanted me to do this character that was a public domain character. I can't remember his name right now. But I was having fun on it.
Ooh, look at that.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was getting into my, Dave Stevens mode,
Really nice.
So, who's this for again?
Like a cover that just
it was for Eric Larson. He was doing some oversized book, and I can't remember what it cracked or something like that. I can't remember. But anyway,
wait, I knew who that is. There's a character. Quality Comics had a thing called Crack Comics back in the 40s, and this was the lead guy in it. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but that's who this is.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
Oh,
I remember this. Yeah.
Captain Triumph, maybe?
Yeah, that's it. Captain Triumph. That's it. Thank you.
Dad's Den of Pop Culture comes through. Look at that. These are great. So were these supposed to be covers or just pinups? Or
no, these were like the way I was telling the story, it was a bunch of splash pages that showed a flashback of a backstory before you got to the continuity pages. and him, saving her from Nazis and all this other kind of.
Awesome. And these never got used.
Never.
Oh, look at that guy. The villain.
So much better than what you do now.
Right?
What happened?
Look at that.
Oh, look at
face.
that expression on his face. That's awesome.
Hey, sweetheart.
Hey, yeah. What are you doing later?
Yeah.
I'm breaking
And
this
this
guy's
is-
neck.
A little homage to Superman, but
These
he's
are
flying and breaks through the.
Wow. Yeah. Very cool.
As a quick side note here, Bill Weiss says, Gary, she uses a spray varnish. My wife recalls that she buys it at Michael's. I'll have to email her for the exact brand. Thank you, Bill.
Yeah, thanks, Bill.
These are, dude, you should do a book of this guy anyway.
Yeah.
And use
Public
this-
domain.
Public domain, that's right.
Yeah.
Tell her it works in the
Did you
sun.
model
Just do
him
your own.
after anyone, David? I mean, he looks like a real guy.
Mm.
No, not really. I was just.
What about the guy on the left?
Yeah,
That's
who's, that,
Truman.
who's that
Yeah.
liberal to the left of him there?
Yeah. So there you go.
Awesome.
Those are
Well,
great.
thanks for hogging the whole show, but that was
Wow.
good stuff, man.
Yeah. All right. Let's get going.
No,
Nothing
I
else
gotta
to
show-
see here.
I gotta show a couple things.
Oh.
He was trying to shut you down.
No, real quick. I did pick up. We talked about the Finch
Oh, yeah.
technique, and so I picked up the acrylic medium. Finally showed up, and you're supposed to
Finch
mix it half
technique.
and half with the. Pardon me. This is the airbrush medium, and this is the matte medium. You mix them half and half and spray over the drawing to create a new drawing surface.
And then
So-
quickly clean your airbrush for the next 20 minutes. And then
yeah, exactly. That's the thing, right? Well, I learned. I did a job back when I was in college, and I was actually spraying enamel paint through an airbrush, and I had to immediately clean it with alcohol. Like I would just pour alcohol, rubbing alcohol in there, and spray through it to keep it from clogging up. So
Oh, man.
it was that was an amazingly complicated job. But anyway, we are doing movie posters this week, so I wanted to share one that I've done before. Someone had suggested Jaws, and I actually did this,
Oh, wow.
and it was
That's great.
I was going to do. Thank you. I was going to do it in pencil and watercolor, kind of try to ape a Struzan technique. But my son is a big collector of Mondo posters, and almost all of those are inked, almost like comic book art. And so he said, "Do it like that," and I said, "All right." So I ended up inking it and then doing the monochromatic color in Photoshop for it. But it was when you're doing something like Jaws and the poster is so great and so iconic, it's like you have to go completely different direction, or you're just going to embarrass yourself. And so it was interesting. I wanted to do the headshots of the actors, and then it took me a while to figure out how could I incorporate the shark into it.
It's
But
perfect. Yeah.
thank you. And originally down at the bottom where I had the boat was chasing the barrel there, I originally had the shark eating Quint on the deck of the boat, but I thought you can't give away the ending to the movie on the poster, right? So
Yeah, no spoilers.
yeah, so I changed it, and then I dropped in the lettering. I did the Jaws lettering by hand, but everything else, I just dropped in on Photoshop using the lettering stuff, and so I was selling these as a prints. I've sold out of them at San Diego, and I do have 3 or 4 full size 24 by 36s of these that are kind of fun. Still rolled up.
And how much are they?
They're
$1 million.
the full sized ones. I think are 40, and they come signed. But I've only got 3 of them, I think. So, but anyway, so there I did that.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And well, I'll leave it at that because David took up so much time.
There's always time, Aaron. Later on during the show.
Aaron, did you read the super chat?
Oh no, I did not. Thank you, Gary. This is from another friend in Australia, Koran Zenith, for $10. Thank you so much, man. Hello, gentlemen. Glad I got to catch the stream. Perfect timing, just as I'm finished my night shift. Hope you're all
Wow.
well. So he's tomorrow night there or something crazy like that. But thank you for the $10, man. Appreciate it very much, and thanks for joining us. All right, so Kelsey, are you going to tell us, or are you just going to start drawing?
No, I'm just going to start drawing. What do you got?
Okay, well, I'll give you guys a hint. And this is, I've been meaning to do this for like 2 years, and so this show gives me an excuse to actually get started on it. But I'm just going to say, Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Okay.
Barry Lyndon.
Wow, that's impressive. It is. That's impressive.
Denix makes these great replicas. I got both my Western replica guns for they use as models for
I have a few of those.
Wraith of God, and this I got
Replicas, not flintlocks.
Yeah.
So are you doing the movie poster for your book?
I was thinking about it, but no. I've been wanting to do a Pirates of the Caribbean forever because that was a Photoshop manipulation poster, and it'd have been so much cooler if it had actually got Struzen or somebody like that to do it. So I'm going to do my version of what I think it should have been.
Yeah.
Well, you've been thinking about this for a minute.
I've been thinking about it for a long time.
I want accurate rigging on the ship.
Yeah, that ain't going to happen.
I want full skeleton. I'll be counting the bones on those skeletons.
I'm going to have a huge wave coming over the ship so you can't see anything. David, what are you thinking?
Well, say, Aaron, you have to make this, with all this buildup, you have to make it good enough that if David didn't know you, he would think you were black.
That's right. There you go.
Wow. Pressure. So, D. Williams, what are you doing?
I have no idea.
Can you at least put a piece of paper on your board so you can like pretend that you're going to do something?
Okay.
Whatever it is, it won't be finished. You can guarantee that.
He's doing Batman the movie.
Yeah, there you go.
Dad's Den has a good suggestion, David.
Okay.
Happy Hooker goes to Washington.
There you go.
Now, Kelsey,
I don't want to draw Kamala Harris. Just kidding.
you guys, you have to kind of block in where the lettering would be. It can't just be the art.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Is
What do you
Kelsey
think I am,
doing
an
Last
amateur?
Jedi?
What?
But the chat is already trying to guess what Kelsey's doing.
Spaceballs.
Emphasis on balls.
You know what's funny about this? The categories were movie posters, album cover, and T-shirt design. Album cover finished third, and I'm thinking maybe that's because no one knows what an album is.
I thought T-shirt design would do better because it's basically T-shirt design is basically a splash page.
Yeah, I mean, we could all like use T-shirt designs for our campaigns and stuff, and so I'm trying to figure out ways we can actually, what do they call it? Work smarter, not harder, right? So
I would have done a tie-dye shirt and called it a day.
yeah,
Splatter some
color, lots of red in there though.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you guys have the experience of high school art class where you did tie-dye and set the wax on fire?
Oh,
That was a big thing in our school.
I think
like
I did.
setting the wax on fire on purpose. I mean, that's part of the process, or what do you?
No, it's just because we were adults and we didn't know.
Oh, okay. I'd say I did tie-dye, but I don't remember setting anything on fire. Maybe I was doing it wrong.
Yes, you did it wrong. If you didn't see flames.
Oh, okay.
Hey, can I point out something about this Batman that I did like over 20 years ago?
Yeah, please stall some more.
Yeah. Look at
There you go.
the cowl and how it breaks down. Isn't that how Robert Pattinson has his cowl?
Yes, he has that big high neck thing on there. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Should do a movie poster for that movie.
I should.
Here we go.
There you go.
It's telling you might have already done it.
Yeah, I was going to say he's just going to drop in Batman the movie behind it, and he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here I go.
Squibs is asking you, David, if Clint Eastwood was going to be Batman in that movie.
Yeah. No.
Remember when they were talking about doing The Watchmen, and they had like Clint Eastwood was going to be Rorschach, and Dustin Hoffman was going to be the Owl, and who's the comedian was going to be Burt Reynolds, and Terry Gilliam was supposed to direct it or something.
Oh, crazy.
Zaid Comics says this Batman is looking sweet. Of course, that's Phil Diaz, also known as Merv the Astro Chimp, is joining us today. Thanks for You're saying Merv the Astro Chimp. What are you talking about? I'm talking about this right there.
Segway.
Yeah, that's a card that comes with the Wraith of God Blood Hunters if you signed up early, and that's also looks a lot like Phil Diaz. So
Yeah, see that would be a great T-shirt.
yeah, space beer, baby. So now wait a minute. Explain this process, Gary, of lighting shirts on fire for doing in high school.
You don't light the shirt on fire.
Well, what did you do?
You light the wax on fire that you're using to drip on the shirt.
Why are you dripping wax? I mean, I don't understand the process.
It's like a masking technique where you drip wax on the shirt and then you put color on it, tie dye it, you like dip it in the dye, and then you iron the shirt and the wax melts, and whatever had wax on it doesn't get the dye.
Right, so you create these weird striations or
Right, and so the melting of the wax was, problematic for high school nitwits.
Which you were one of.
Yes, I mean, yeah. Speaking of high school nitwits, in my high school art class, the art instructor recommended if we didn't have a spray fixative, to use hairspray.
Oh, I've heard that. Yeah.
So I had some, pencil drawings in my sketchbook, and so I rummaged around and found some of my mom's old hairspray.
Oh boy!
I know where this is going because
unfortunately, the hairspray, I didn't read the label. The hairspray had it was scented, so it had this, perfumey smell.
Mm-hmm.
So literally years later, my sketchbook still smelled like a cheap hooker. Because there was hairspray perfume, so it's not the best smelling stuff. So
I was going to say you set your sketchbook on fire at some point.
Yeah,
So no, seriously, years later, you open it up and you could still smell that stuff. So that's why I'm asking some sage advice about fix-it spray. I don't want to go through that again.
That's good stuff, man. Lighting your classroom on fire where you're making tie-dye T-shirts. That almost sounds like a rebellious hippie thing kind of do.
Oh, yeah. I screwed around probably more than most people.
What a shock. I can't even believe that.
We used to have competitions of how much of the art supplies that the class provided that we could waste. It's like we would get rolls of masking tape and it would go into the supply closet and get these big fat rolls of masking tape, and you just start it up like this, fat a roll, but you just start it up like this and go outside and start whipping it around your head, and the tape would unroll, and we try to see how far we could, and you could get it, 20 feet before it would break.
Oh.
So, I mean, that's how much respect we had for.
Did you guys have teachers or anything at this point, or were you just like?
Well, they were goofballs.
Security.
Yeah. It's just running wild. Destroying.
Yeah, they didn't give a rip of what we were doing. And I took art every year, and I was like, as a senior, I was the only one in art 4.
art.
And that's what I did in Art 4 is whirl
throw tape around.
masking tape around my head.
Did you get an A in the class? That's all that matters.
Yes,
right?
I did. I got an A.
Okay.
I
See,
never
got-
made it that far. Construction paper and like gluing macaroni to construction paper. I just didn't do it for me, so I never took art again.
I got in too many fights with my high school art teacher, if you can believe that.
Fights. You're wrong.
Pretty much, that's what was going on, and it was like, why are you making us draw this? It's stupid, And
Comics are not a lesser art form.
yeah, well, I would be quoting stuff
Yeah, comics are legitimate.
where the wife said, and she's like, I don't know who this guy is, and this is wrong, and it's like, you're wrong, you're out of order, you're all out of order.
Heat Miser says, I'd use that excuse after going to strip clubs. No, honey, I wasn't at the strip club. I was just looking at old sketchbooks.
Yeah.
Life drawings.
That's right. I had some of Gary's old sketchbooks. They're rife with old perfume and hairspray. Okay, I thought I got to do likenesses. Whose dumb idea was this?
Right?
I'm wondering.
Well,
Gary.
actually, it's a comp, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just it's a layout. It's a design.
Get your excuses in now.
Yeah.
Exactly like Keira Knightley. It just has to kind of look like.
Oh, the retort of Dan's did is, then explain the glitter.
Yeah.
Kelsey knows what that means.
Oh, that's pretty good. And the underwear.
Yes.
We used a lot of glitter.
Souvenirs.
We used a lot of glitter in high school art. So.
Kelsey, you can't see your drawing yet.
Oh
It's
yeah,
very light.
it's a
Yeah,
secret.
that's kind of his. It's kind of his plan. He's
You're gonna have to wait till you start inking it.
Yeah.
I've got
Yeah.
so many. I got so many screens open on my computer right now with faces on them that I can't even see our screen. I don't know what's going on. I see David's moving along at a pretty brisk pace.
Yep.
You don't even know what he's doing.
I know he hasn't even started yet.
Brian Norton says that his art teacher would get high in the supply closet. And that was pretty much my art teacher was like that. I mean, he was like that.
No, I had an old woman. She was like in her 60s or maybe 70s when I was there. So very grumpy. Of course, I was too. So we were.
And that's got to be the easiest class to teach. High school is art. Because you could say anything, and they're high school kids. They don't know.
And the hardest part would be just getting them to pay attention. Right?
Yeah.
Well, because most kids take art class in high school just as an easy, elective. They're not there because they even care about art. I was, but it was like I just, I wanted to do something more fun than just still lifes, and so I would have a plastic skull from home, and I would bring that in, so I could put it in the still life and spice things up.
My art class, when I was a senior, it was the last period of the day, and I was on the basketball team, and so when you had a game that day, you had to wear a tie.
Right.
Did you do that, Aaron? Did you have to wear a tie on game day?
Yeah, sometimes. It was only like it was weird because we had to dress nice, like a dress shirt and things like that.
Right.
Only if we were on the road, if we were going someplace.
Okay.
But at home games, not so much.
Okay. But yeah, every game we had to wear a tie, and I convinced my art teacher that because it was the last class of the day, and then I was going off to the game, that I had to.
Is this a lie? Were you
lying? I had to concentrate on the game, and so I couldn't do art. So I just kind of sat around on game day, and so I started wearing ties all the time. just so I didn't have to draw, and I still got an A.
Now, wait a minute. It's not like that's a hard class
I
drawing.
know, but there were some girls in the class that I liked to flirt
Oh,
with, and
you had your attention was elsewhere. Is what you call it.
yeah, so it was the perfect con that I just got a tie out of my locker and wore it to art class, and then didn't have to do anything. It was like screwing around approved by the teacher.
Wait a minute. So your teacher was completely clueless as to actually what you guys when you actually played.
No, because like I said, he was the guy that got high in the art supply closet. He had no idea.
Tuesday going, yeah, we have a game tonight. He was like, no, you don't.
Yep, got a game.
Another one.
I'm going to sit here and talk to these cute girls.
Concentrate on art right now.
Yep.
See, it's kind of like David. David can't concentrate on art either.
But it doesn't sound like you knew what was going on anyway. So you're like, game? You mean like shoots and ladders or something? Like, what do you mean?
Brian Norton says football home games, they wore their jerseys, and away games, they wore ties.
Yeah, there you go. That's Oh.
Yeah, couldn't do that with basketball.
Do you think being a pirate was as fun as they made it look on Pirates of the Caribbean?
No.
Probably not.
I doubt it.
I'm guessing it was a little bit rougher lifestyle.
Did you ever see that pirate? There was a pirate TV show that was pretty good. Black Sails. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
Watched it, though.
I'm sure that wasn't very close to it either, but it was probably closer than
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, I much prefer the Pirates of the Caribbean way because it seems like, no dysentery, no black plague, none of that stuff.
It was a shabby life, and a lot of it was glamorized. Apparently, they were very democratic. That they voted who's the best captain. It wasn't the toughest guy. The crew voted, and if the captain didn't provide enough, jobs for the crew to be satisfied, then they would kill him and vote somebody else. So being captain, came with a lot of responsibility, a lot of pressure.
When you say jobs, you mean like plundering and stuff? Kind of stuff?
Yeah. I mean, he had to come up with, who they were going to loot and kidnap and all that stuff, and keep the crew, in coin. And if he didn't produce enough work, that they'd get rid of him and get somebody else. So it wasn't, like in the movies where it's always the most, handsome or the most dynamic or the toughest. It was never that. It was always a democratic process.
So it came down to the same old thing. Get me a job that pays well, or you're out of here.
Right, but if you failed, then the consequences were severe.
Yeah, that seems a little harsh. But I guess for pirates, probably not.
We need something like that for the presidency.
I know. Yeah, if you fail, then
we'll kill haul you. Tie you to the back of a sailboat.
Walk the plank.
Yeah, you walk the plank.
Pete Miser says, yes, a problem with that was the captain's vote only counted as one vote. So no vetoing.
Oh, that's right. So if they wanted to
the majority wanted, the captain didn't have, any influence.
Not. I'm having an art problem here. I'm trying to think of how to do the logo.
Art of Roy says he went to rent Pirates of the Caribbean, but wound up with pirating Carrie's booty. Were they next to each other on the shelf?
Yeah, I think it's pretty close. Yeah,
No, that
pirate
one's behind the
section?
curtain. You know better.
you had to go behind those beads, right?
You got any pirate movies behind the curtain?
You like pirate
Oh, yeah.
movies?
Yeah. Hey, buddy. You
Yeah.
like pirate movies?
Can I interest you in a good pirate movie? Is that a euphemism?
You'll be
I don't even know
shivering.
what that means.
Oh, Gladiator
Joseph Dredd
movies,
says,
pirate
"Isn't black
movies.
sales too risque for Aaron?"
Maybe.
You'll be shivering your timbers for at least 15 minutes.
I thought it was pretty tame up to a point. You know, they do it to like get your attention, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, there's you got to pay attention to like character stuff." I'm like, "Oh,
What?
boring." I thought it was going to be pirates' booty.
Yeah.
That's not what I thought they meant.
Booty pirates.
Yeah, I think that's what he meant.
Oh yeah. Well,
Aaron's kind of pirate is like, you know, is the like I don't know why you're doing Pirates of the Caribbean and not oh man, what's the one David, you sent me a video of this. It's like an old black and white one. Captain Blood.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that would have been more your speed, Captain Blood.
well, Alex Raymond did the poster for that, so I'm like, I'm not doing Alex Raymond 2 weeks in a row.
Oh. Well, I didn't give you another chance to get it right. You just opened yourself up for
You son of a.
Neil Orr in the chat, it says, "Can't wait to see how the Pirates of Penzance turns out. Y'all have a good evening."
Yeah.
That was Kevin Kline and Rex Smith, I think, were in that. How's that for remembering an obscure film?
Rex Smith.
Yeah, he played. He's the guy who played Daredevil in the TV, the very
Oh,
first
okay.
Daredevil movie.
Oh.
I was thinking of Rex Harrison.
No. Not Rex Harrison. That's Dr. Doolittle.
Right.
He played what now? He played
There was a
Daredevil?
Broadway musical called The Pirates of Penzance, and then they made it into a movie with Kevin Kline and Rex Smith.
No. You said Rex Smith was Daredevil in an old movie? I don't
Remember they did Spider-Man, that Spider-Man television show, then they did that Thor movie, they did a Doctor Strange movie, and then they did Daredevil, and I think they also did Nick Fury with what's his face? The guy from Baywatch.
Well, I remember that one. Yeah, Nick Fury with Hasselhoff. I don't remember any of these
Thank
other
God I didn't see that.
ones.
And but they
You don't know what you're missing, G.
Yeah. Don't knock it till you tried it.
They took off the horns off the costume because it was too controversial at the time.
Horns?
Yep.
Yeah, the horns off his costume,
Ooh.
so he wouldn't look like a devil. Because
Oh, boy, have we come a long way.
yeah, haven't we? So yeah, it wasn't real good, as you can imagine, but they did do it. And Thor actually guest starred on the Hulk
The
TV
Hulk.
show, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. But that's where Daredevil showed up. It was on the Hulk. It was the trial of the Incredible Hulk.
I thought he had his own movie. Am I mistaken?
No.
The chat is getting this right.
Okay. Rex Smith was Dee on the Hulk TV movie with Bill. Okay, all right.
Mhm.
They didn't want him to look horny, says Dad's Den of Pop Culture.
Their mistake.
Oh, Daredevil and Thor were Hulk TV movies. Okay, everybody's correcting me. Okay, all right, I
Okay.
get it. Jeez. One little mistake. Gosh, it's hanging out to dry. I feel
TV
like
movies. Yeah, I don't.
I'm getting voted off the boat now. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get
That's right. Get out.
Keel haul you.
I don't even know what that means. I don't know
That's it. They tie you to the back of a boat and
Oh, drag you?
drag you. Yeah, from the keel.
Jeez.
Yep.
What a great life, man. I'm gonna die. I want to die on land. I don't think I'm gonna die drowning, being drug. That'd be pretty disgusting. I would think.
What do I want to die?
Well, this is interesting. Blackjack says Rex Smith was also the star of Street Hawk, the motorcycle Knight Rider.
Yes,
Oh.
right. That's
I don't
right.
remember that at all.
Oh yeah. The
Aaron
70s was rife with good TV.
Right.
TV.
70s was the scourge of TV. The rife.
That's not now that you mention it.
Yeah, I watched a lot of Chips. Yeah, I remember.
Hold on a second. Art of Roy says Thor's power display. Hold on, it's scrolling up. Thor's power display was hitting a garbage dumpster with this hammer.
Oh well, they didn't have quite.
I think that's where I got the idea of using a croquet mallet as Thor's hammer, and I sawed the handle in half and
Did you really?
flung it around you.
What a nerd! Jeez.
Well, tell me, you never used a garbage can lid as Captain America's shield.
We took coat hangers, unwound them, and then had swords fights with the wires. I mean, we lived. I'm telling you.
Okay, you're a lot tougher than I was.
My brother jabbed me in the eye. Actually, was one of them. That's why I can't draw very well.
My grandmother used to get mad at me because I would break her wooden brooms and turn them into nunchucks and get the dog leash that had a chain on it and put the chain in between that, and I was pretending I was Bruce Lee.
Really? Look at you.
Yeah, I was going to town.
He was dangerous, man. He's like Bruce Lee of the neighborhood.
Bruce Leroy.
But she was proud of your ingenuity. So,
she's like, I won't whoop your ass this time. You do this one more game.
David, it's a miracle that you are still alive.
That is true. All the stories. Oh my gosh.
You haven't heard half the stories of his hijinks.
Yeah.
Well, dude, when you got knocked off the bridge by that truck or whatever, when your car was broken down.
jeez.
It was a bus.
Was it bus?
Yeah, a bus knocked him off the Bay Bridge.
Oh my gosh. And yet he
The Bay
lived.
Bridge.
Yeah.
Not the Bay Bridge.
San Mateo Bridge.
How far did you fall to the water?
Yeah.
Jeez, how far was that? People died off bridges. Crazy.
Well, dude, now you know what's wrong
Well,
with
that's not the punchline. Is he got money from the bus company and he blew it all, like on his Volkswagen Batmobile.
No, I had that before. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
That's
but
the
you
thing.
fixed it up. You told me you fixed it up.
No.
Oh yeah, sure.
No.
No,
I already had it fixed up, and that's when they hit it.
Yeah, but it broke down, so you.
No,
clearly it needed
it's
to be
because of me getting it fixed at this place that was painting it, that did the custom paint job. They had to take the hood off, and they didn't put it back on properly, and so that's why it flew up on the Bay Bridge.
just in
You
time.
spared no expense at the
And then
quality painters.
They allegedly were. Hey, I ended up with.
And then they didn't know how to attach the hood back onto the car.
I had a huge settlement, so.
how many people are familiar with working on the Batmobile?
So you showed them. You had to get hit by a bus. You taught them all a lesson.
That's right.
That's right. You almost died, but man, they learned. I learned not to mess with David Williams.
Kevin Thomas says he taped a kitchen knife to his BB gun so he could have a bayonet.
Jeez. That's scary.
Dude, that's the kind of stuff we used to do all the time, and it's like no one thought twice about it. Now it's like
These kids today wouldn't even have fun or come up with that kind of ingenuity and stuff like that, just to entertain themselves. They're like on their phones 24/7.
When I was in junior high, and I was the best artist in my class, and my teacher was really a great teacher, Mr. Kimball. In fact, he's Ward Kimball's nephew.
What?
Yeah, the
Crazy.
Disney guy. He was my art teacher.
Wow.
And he was great. I mean, he really encouraged me to draw the stuff I liked, but then would help me do it better, kind of thing. And so we were reading Poe and literature at that time, back when in school you had to read. Remember those days? And, so I was just fascinated with all this really grotesque stuff. And of course, then I just gotten into Wrightson. And so I was doing like these drawings of people like an axe murderer and body parts all over the place. And we had
parents to come in for the.
no, seriously, we had an open house. And
Mr. and Mrs. Lepresti, we need to talk.
No one said anything. I would be arrested today if I did that.
Yeah.
They would have me under, psychology class, with a psychologist, and
Yep.
it was just a normal part of.
It's not too late. Somebody called
Yeah.
Not too late.
It's just a normal part of being a kid back then.
Killing, maiming.
Well, I never
Harming small
killed anybody. I just drew pictures of it.
Art of Roy says that he used handleless steak knives as Wolverine claws based on Mr. Han's claws in Enter the Dragon. On the insides of his fingers.
That's hilarious.
That is great.
Yeah.
Bring it back, man.
I want to be like that guy.
Mr. Han, suddenly I'd like to leave your eyes.
You wanted to be like Mr. Han.
Man, you come straight out of a comic book.
That's a great line. I gotta see some more of that guy's movies. What was his name? The black guy with the big
Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly. Yeah, he did a bunch of like those type of movies, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Oh my gosh, he was hilarious in that.
Okay. The chat is really taking it up a notch. One slick dude says, as a kid, we used to take 22 long rifle bullets and set them on a rack and smack them with a hammer.
Oh my goodness.
We stopped after someone got grazed by a ricochet.
Oh man.
That's all it took?
So bullets are flying around, and it took someone to actually get hit before they stopped.
Maybe this might hurt. We should probably stop. Can you imagine if our parents only knew half the stuff we were doing when they said, "Okay, see you at dinner time."
Well, we used to do the firework wars and the Roman candle, gunfire. Basically, we'd have whole wars where, that's what we got fireworks for, to shoot them at each other.
You mean to tell me you didn't light them in your own hand?
Well, no, I knew better than that. But we would hold on to them as long as possible, and then throw them so that they would hit right as they would explode. But sometimes they would explode right as you're letting them go. So it's like, ouch! Sometimes you would get some shrapnel.
I was always the chicken in our neighborhood. I was the youngest kid, and
I'm glad you put the E in at the end of that.
chicken. We found the opening to the big drain pipe for the under the street. What am I trying to say? Not the sewage pipes, but the the manholes, and we found like the drain pipe coming out from underneath the street. So we all went exploring in these things, and guys in our neighborhood would actually push up the manhole covers in the middle of the street. Just to look, it's like, like there could be a car coming, and I was always too chicken to go that far, but we had guys that were doing that. I was like,
here's the flip side to that coin. Hold on a second. Blackjack says, I got a phone call last year from the assistant principal because my 10-year-old drew a picture of my dad in his Marine Corps uniform because he also drew the gun.
Oh,
Oh my gosh! Seriously?
how
That's
crazy!
crazy.
Did you punch the principal?
Not that we're advocating for that, but
No, we don't
Did you?
advocate violence in public schools at all.
Yeah, you should see what the kid whose dad owned a marijuana dispensary drew.
Or the kid whose mom was taking LSD as a
Yeah. Or yeah, whose mom had a lot of visitors. We need to talk about what your son drew. You said draw what he knows.
it's just a different time.
Yeah, I mean, I used to run around barefoot through the woods, smashing, fighting snakes.
used to.
No, yeah. There's a point where you just get scared. Like, I don't know what it is, but I'm like, I ain't going out the woods, But when I was a kid, no worries. That's where I lived.
You didn't realize everything out there that could kill you, or
Yeah, there was no fear about any of that. Now there's loads of fear. I'm afraid.
nothing but fear.
Nothing but fear.
It's true.
That reminds me.
Yeah, apparently it
Spit
did.
it out.
Aaron has referred to Kelsey a couple of times in description. I could be wrong. I think it was you, Aaron, you used the phrase "from parts unknown."
Possible.
And I was thinking about that the other day. That when I was a kid, that was one of the taglines of one of my favorite wrestlers. His name was Haystack Calhoun. Anybody remember Haystack Calhoun? And they described him from parts unknown.
Oh.
And that phrase always captured my imagination because I couldn't believe that there were actually, places on our planet that were unexplored. And these are the days of
that's
Patterson and Andre the Giant. I mean, this old-timey wrestling. So I did a little, Google searching just to see if I can find some pictures of Haystack Calhoun. Aaron, could you?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Here we go.
Man, I hope you're not uncovering my hidden past.
Now, who does that look like?
That is Kelsey.
I mean, come on.
I was trying to keep it secret.
No doctoring whatsoever.
Oh, Haystack Calhoun.
Damn.
That could have been, yesterday. Who was that? Kelsey, who's that poor
My dad?
chump that you've got in that vice-like head grip?
What? Oh, let me see. Maybe you can zoom in. Is that Aaron?
No.
Back when he had hair?
Yeah, I mean, you're just so indifferent about squeezing this guy's brain out of his ears.
I heard there was candy in
it. Here's young Kelsey on the Groucho Marx TV show.
That's a lot older than I look.
My question, Kelsey, is do you still have that horseshoe necklace?
Let me see. I wondered, it's above my door right now. It's been returned. Yeah.
I wondered, who else do I know that has a colorful past?
David Williams.
Damn.
What? Man, he was doing a lot better than I was back in the day.
So, David, you never told me you hung out with Eartha Kitt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tapped that.
He's got a sock in his pouch, that's for sure.
Yeah, it looks like, David, you're using glitter too, because we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, yeah.
So
She got me that banana hammock.
yeah. But she's got this pose that she's like treating you like one of her possessions.
I was at a
No.
time.
Yeah, it's different times. Yeah.
Yeah. So that, made me even more curious. Is like, who else do I know has a colorful past?
No.
What?
Is that Tweedledum there?
Aaron Shelley really whipped you into shape.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, when you're wrestling, when you're a high-end wrestler, you've got to, you got to carry the weight, man.
Yeah, literally.
Jeez. Woo! Good times, folks. Well, 5 minutes are left, and
What? 12 minutes?
we only got 5 minutes left.
Not what?
I'm kidding.
Oh,
Plenty of time. You got at least 15. I'm doing mine.
He's inking already.
well, I have to. I got 15 minutes.
Wait a minute. He's got. I can't tell who that is. I still haven't figured out what movie you're doing.
It's
It's a dude
way
with a
after
gun.
your time.
It's a dude with a gun. We know that.
This is the 90s. You wouldn't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't know nothing about that.
Dun, 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 dun.
He's over there singing the song.
I love the
You
soundtrack.
gotta get in the mood.
Yeah. Klaus, what's his name? Banda something or other did the I'm a pirate theme. Or he's a pirate, or she's a pirate, or we're all pirates. Whatever that is.
Yeah, what movie is that? That doesn't sound familiar. There was a
Sounds
pirate
like,
song.
Aaron, you watch too many pirate musicals.
Yeah.
Possibly. Awesome.
The Pirates of Ants in the Pants.
Is that a pirate song?
I don't know. Yeah.
I'm not entirely convinced here that I have enough room for my ship that I want to put in.
You're putting a ship in there?
Well, you've got to someplace, but I got to have room for the logo.
Oh, and a logo.
Yeah, that's the problem. If I didn't have to put the logo in, I could fit the ship right there. But I don't want to make these guys. I could raise up their heads, I suppose. Put the pirate ship in there.
Off with their heads. Oh, that's not a pirate thing. What was that?
Well, that was the French Revolution, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's thinking of what do you call it?
Yeah, that thing.
We can't remember anything.
Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, you're right. Because it was the Queen of Hearts, right?
Yeah.
Up with their heads. I could make Barbossa smaller, I suppose, but if I did that,
You'd have to do major erasing if you did that.
I know I don't want to erase the Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley's heads. So, dang, could I? Well, no. 'Cause
Who's the dude on the top corner?
That's Barbossa.
Yeah, you
Gotta
can
have-
get rid of him. You don't need him.
I was thinking you don't need Orlando
see you-
Bloom, but
Yeah, I want to see you fill your time with drawing a pirate ship.
yeah.
I'm going to throw it in the last second. So,
Oh, that's smart. Yeah. Do
Good
the
plan.
pirate ship
You're
last.
gonna throw in a pirate ship at the last second.
Yeah.
well, kind of Toth-esque, right? Just sort of like,
Okay. All right. You mean
Black.
silhouette?
yeah, exactly. So,
You can't. Yeah, silhouette is a dirty word, but we could say Tothask and it sounds sophisticated.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
It's like Jaime Hernandez. Oh, you're a genius.
Yeah.
I'm doing the Jaime Hernandez technique.
Yeah, if we were smart.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah.
Not gonna happen here though. Don't worry. No
Well, what I
smart.
could do is I could make this bigger. I mean, it's proportionate to a movie poster right now, so
It doesn't matter what the proportions are.
doesn't it? It's a movie
No.
poster, Gary.
No.
Gary's saying no, doesn't matter.
No, it matters. Get it right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, Kelsey. Yeah, Kelsey's right.
Accurate measurements, please.
Yeah, you got it. Right. You could be disqualified at the end if the.
Don't want that.
Okay, we got a guess from the chat. I'm sorry, Chris. I can't pronounce your last name. Boitano. Wait. Is Kelsey doing Road to Perdition?
No. No. This is such an easy one to me.
Well, to you, you're drawing it.
Yeah. That's what
I knew the whole time what I was
Right?
doing.
I thought that's what counted. That I knew what I was doing at least.
Well, that'd be a first time for you, though.
Yeah.
Art of Roy suggesting you can incorporate the pirate ship on the sword's guard.
I got a big old skull head there, though. I don't want to.
No, I mean not on the blade, on the guard.
See, here's the thing. I've got this skull down here at the base of the sword that I want to keep, but it's sort of encroaching on my title logo.
You got one too many elements.
This would be a good time to show us that other art you were hanging on to. What was it? You were talking about it earlier. Kit Carter pages? No.
Oh yeah, okay, sure. Well, I'm a bit of an impasse here. I got to figure this out. So let's go ahead and I'll share you this now.
Wait, hold on a second. We still have more guesses. Someone is guessing. Art of Roy is guessing Untouchables.
Nope. It's a good guess though.
Caesar saying 7.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, the
Okay,
box.
the box.
Yeah.
They're looking at the
Oh.
box. All right, good
Oh,
job.
there we go.
Caesar. Good job.
It was about to make sense really, really soon here because I'm getting to those points. Uh-oh.
All right, so there's Kit being the background's a little airbrushier than I'd like, but whatever.
Oh, yeah.
She's hanging over the pit
Bondage
of despair.
Yeah, Aaron, that's what I was thinking. This is a masterpiece, except for that background.
Well, you know what I did is
The background's fine. I mean, that's literally the last thing that I'm looking at.
well, I warmed up the background so that I would have greater contrast between her and the foreground. So I darkened the background and warmed it up and used warm grays back there so that her blue suit would pop more, which I think it does.
Yeah, it does.
So, so that's episode 10 out of the 14 episodes. So we have some, good gags and one-liners here in the dialogue, and then we move on to the next page. But I'm coloring page 12 out of 14 right now, so that's almost done. Almost done. Speaking of that, let's take a quick run around the horn and show everybody's campaigns that we have, because all of us do have campaigns. And what would a live stream be without a commercial interruption? So let me figure out how to do this, and then we'll start with mine because, why not? So I have a book called Wraith of God Blood Hunters. It's It's a massive 100-page comic extravaganza. Includes full-length Wraith of God story plus 3 complete backup stories featuring Garbage Man, Nightclub, and Kit Carter Galactic Ranger, which I just shared with you. If you're unfamiliar with Wraith of God, it's 1883 Western, sort of Batman of the Old West. He travels around and he has a wagon with all of his science and disguise equipment, and they hunt monsters down. Him and his partner Esther, former Salvation Army worker, they have a very contentious relationship. So we've got kind of that going on as a subplot as they fight these monsters. In this episode, it's vampires in a Tennessee town called Faithful, Tennessee. So are they faithful? You can find out by backing this campaign. You get free stuff like this trading card of Kit Carter by me and colored by the top colorist in the industry right now. Not
What was
Kelsey.
his name?
Kelsey's number 3, but guy's number 1. We have a Dan Lawless trading card. The Garbage Man trading card by me, because it saves me money to do them myself. That's kind of why I draw all this stuff myself. And you also get this Esther Queen of Hearts playing card that goes with the Ace of Spades from last time. This is all free stuff you get from backing. There's Adam Miller's piece that's going to be won the art contest. He'll be a pinup in the book.
That's great.
You got a Bisley cover. You got a wraparound cover by me. You got a Tales of Suspense tribute cover by me. You've also got a Tomb of Dracula #1 tribute cover by me. And so we've got some colored pages here from Wraith if you want to see kind of what the inside looks like. Some Dan Lawless Garbage Man colored pages right here. And then, of course, our own Kelsey Shannon colored a story featuring the Nightclub. And actually kind of looks like Kelsey appeared in this comic.
I did, yeah.
Giant Elephant Man. Come on, you can't go wrong with a giant elephant guy. And electric colors by Chelsea Shannon. So,
Chelsea Cannon.
Chelsea Cannon. That's like a 70s detective TV show.
Yeah.
Next on ABC, it's Chelsea Cannon. So,
crap, I'm going to do that movie poster now.
There you go. So anyway, all sorts of good stuff on there. Please check out the campaign. You'll find the link in the description of this video. But that's not all, folks. We got a guy by the name of Chelsea Cannon who has a
don't make me laugh.
He has a campaign called Scribbles. Kelsey, you want to tell us a little bit about this?
Yeah, Scribbles is a whole 200 pages worth of process art. It's the art before the art that you never get to see. It's the art that informs everything that you love. It gets shoved in a drawer. Well, forget that. I put it in a book for you so you can see it. For all you process junkies out there, here's your fix.
Kelsey, what are the dimensions, the size of the book?
It's a little bit bigger than comic book size. It's like a normal, like not 6x9, but
7x10.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure exactly. I'm working in centimeters.
In that neighborhood. Okay.
Yeah, but it's kind of close to a normal comic size. But it's there's a lot of full page splashes like this, and 3 and 4 page panels like this, and then there's some double page spreads that I put I don't know. I'm figuring out if I want to do those sideways or I don't know. It's kind of hard to do a double pager in a 200-page book.
Yeah, because it gets chopped up.
Oh, there's Anna.
Yeah, I got a few.
And Kelsey, how many times are you gonna sell that color piece?
I don't. Something happened. At least 10. I ran off prints of it. No. Something happened where their payment didn't go through or whatever, so it kind of kicked it back out into ordinary things. So I'm gonna hit them up and see if what the deal is and see if they're still interested in those.
Oh,
pieces.
so it might be available.
It might be available right now.
Okay.
But even if you jump in there and buy it or try to, I'm gonna still hit up the other guy first. So just to see.
And there's a great T-shirt design there of Kelsey getting drunk.
Well, yeah. Let your friends and family know what you're going to do this weekend.
That's right. Before you take the LSD,
No question.
hit the bottle before the LSD. There you go. So anyway, this is a really cool book and a great value. And let's get this up over 20 grand, people. It's 19,442
It's
right now.
hovering.
Ooh.
It's
I-
hovering.
I'm finishing it up now, and it's going to be heading out pretty soon. I'm actually been wrapping up all the original art this today, actually, and yesterday. So I'm going to be shipping out all the original art tiers to anybody that got some of those. So be on the lookout.
Excellent. So there it is. You'll find the link in the description of the video for that. And of course, now, Gary, we've got your sign up for a brush with destiny.
Yeah,
When
that's
do you,
just for the email info sign up list.
do you have any announcement you want to make or anything?
Well, I think we kind of decided that next week on this very program will be the launch of the crowdfunding for Brush with Destiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do a launch party right here while we're drawing, which means I'll have to keep going back to Gary's campaign to promote it while everybody else continues to draw. But that won't hinder me from completing my piece and probably having the best piece. So if it were a competition, which it's not, but so make sure you join us next week for the launch of this great looking book, all the great line work that Gary does, this ink work, just fantastic. Look at that Marilyn Monroe. So,
How big is this going to be? Do you know yet?
Still playing around with some of the numbers. It could be in the 8.5 by 11 or even 9 by 12 range.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I like the 8.5 by 11 for, I don't know. I just like the feel of that shape, but like if you got a lot of tall pages, I guess you'd inset them a little bit into the page.
Yeah. And plus it leaves a little room for text.
Well, it's interesting you should mention that because when I launched the Kit Carter graphic novel, I am doing it the same size as the old Marvel graphic novel series, 8.5 by 11.
Okay.
Ah, cool.
So
yeah, I got a quote for 9 by 12, but not 8.5 by 11. I'm waiting for that.
So are you going to draw the pages at 8.5 by 11 for your Kit Carter?
Well, I'm going to draw them in that proportion. I'll draw them bigger than that.
So that's like magazine size.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I just thought, when you're doing a graphic novel and it's the same size as a comic book, which essentially I did on the first Wraith of God, it still feels just like a really thick comic book, right? Even though technically it's a graphic novel. So I like that something you're going to do and say, all right, this is different. It's a graphic novel. It's a so I just wanted to experiment with that size because I really thought those books were really cool from Marvel back in the day in the 80s there. And
I love that the John Buscema Wolverine and the Silver Surfer that Kirby did. Everything looks so gigantic.
Yeah, I know. And it's just a little bit bigger, but it looks huge.
It's not that much bigger, but it is significant. Yeah. And like Death of Captain Marvel by Starlin, that was the very first one they did. Yeah. God Loves, Man Kills, the X-Men one by Claremont, and I don't know who drew that. Was that Byrne? I don't think it was. Who drew that?
Cockrum?
I don't remember.
Maybe Cockrum. And then they had that Frank Miller did one with Sienkiewicz, a Daredevil one.
Yeah.
And Return to Big Nothing with the Zek Punisher one.
Oh yeah,
that was awesome.
Yeah. So. Anyway, so we'll be launching Gary right here next week. And finally, sorry, wrong one. We don't need to see mine again.
Oops.
Here it is. Bass Reeves. This is by Allegiance Arts, our friends at Allegiance Arts. David was the hired gun. How do you like that? To draw Bass Reeves, West of Hell. Nice. Written by Kevin Grievous. Has some tremendous work by David in it. And you can also get a wraparound cover by David or the hardcover wraparound by Andrew Robinson, who will be a guest on the show, allegedly, in a few weeks.
Ooh.
So hang on to your hats for that.
Challenger.
Yep.
So anyway, you've got all this kind of goodies in here, but yeah, and this book is in the process of being colored at this point, so we're hoping to see it soon. And but anyway, you can still back it right here on Indiegogo. You'll find the link in the description of this video.
Nice.
There we go.
Hey,
That's
Catch up
everything.
on the chat. Brian Norton says that Indiegogo still isn't letting him back Wraith. Keeps saying something went wrong the last 3 days.
Oh, Indiegogo. They're always kidding around.
And those jokesters. I would shoot. Well, keep trying. When I get to the, I'll tell you what. If you can't get it to work by the time I close the campaign, which will be in about probably 2 weeks, contact me and we'll figure out something where you can order directly from me or something like that. I don't know. I don't know why you're having that problem, but yeah, I don't know what to say beyond that. So they're saying Brent Anderson drew that X-Men.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, the chat is all over that.
Oh, Brent Anderson. I haven't seen anything from him in a while.
Since Terminal, or not Terminal City. What was that one with? Oh man, well, Astro City.
Yeah,
That was Brent.
That was Brent Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I inked maybe half an issue of that a long time ago, and Kurt Busiek is still sending me royalty checks.
Wow.
Nope.
I got one, not too long ago.
Oh, nice.
Like, it was only, for like $25, but literally decades later, he's still sending me royalty checks. So I tip my hat to Kurt Busiek.
Yeah, good for him. Good record keeper.
Yep.
Well, those books that get in trades like that, and it's just they keep them alive. They keep selling. I mean,
Blackjack in the chat addressing that problem says, check your credit card information. Indiegogo somehow changed my zip code on file so it didn't match the zip code of my credit card.
Oh, weird.
And he fixed it and then it worked.
Okay, there you go.
So it could be anything. It sounds like it could be anything weird that, that you have to fix on your end.
That's right. Because they don't take responsibility for that. It's always on you. No, I just got a fairly decent, for this day and age, royalty check because of some Planet of Oak stuff. That's over 10 years old.
How many issues of that did you do?
I did 4, 6, and then in an augmented story that appeared in Giant Size Hulk that was a Planet Hulk tie-in story. So when you break it down, it's Carlo Peglione did, I believe, 140-some pages, and I ended up doing 120-some pages total. He did more issues than I did, but because of that Giant Size Hulk story that was basically a tie-in to it, it was darn near 50-50. I think he did 18 more pages than I did 22, something like that.
But it's not a competition. It's not
no.
And my point is, if you're getting a royalty on a reprint, trade paperback or whatever, they go by page count, what percentage, so that's a big chunk.
Yes.
Did you say we had to put the logos in here?
Yeah, but I might back off on that because
Aaron doesn't have room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to resize this whole thing to get this.
I'll do it in post.
Yeah, it looks so yellow on the screen. It's supposed to be like more orange.
What, yours?
Yeah, it's like super yellow.
Yeah, it is
on the monitor.
That's orange? Seriously?
Yeah, here in real life, I'm sure my camera's like all weird, probably.
Well, that's when you guys give me a hard time about my reds looking orange, right? When they're not.
Oh yeah, that's the problem there.
Yeah.
Oh sure. Yeah, it's your camera when it's you, but for me, it's just bad coloring.
Aaron,
Yes.
Henry Jermick says, Aaron, I like your Planet Hulk stuff. I thought it was great.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
He's all except for the drawing.
And the drawing part was sucked, but that writing, I didn't write it.
Yeah,
Oh,
the stories were awesome.
good too.
The letterer was a genius.
You know, I keep talking about at some point getting one of my projects and having someone letter on the board.
Yeah, I'd love
I
to do
have
that.
done, since I've had my letterer do the stories, I've changed dialogue 4 times on him and made him change stuff. Like, yeah,
You have to stop reading it, your script.
I know, it's like you can't do that when it's on the board. You better be sure. I don't know. For me, it's like sometimes it's like you go from one scene to another and you don't have a caption in there, right? But then you realize there needs to be more of a pause to kind of, because there's more of a time passage, right? So you think, well, maybe I should put in a caption that says later that night or something like that, you know? And you don't think about that when you're drawing it, but when you start reading it and you're reading it as, you know, a fan or whatever, and you go, yeah, this needs to be adjusted here, or this isn't as clear as I thought it was, so I want to change this dialogue. And yeah, it's like every time I read it, I find something else. So it's never coming out, is basically what I'm telling you. It's in perpetual.
Thanks, Marcus, for sharing the links. And Marcus also says that Planet Hulk is his son's favorite.
Oh, thank you very much. I wish I could take credit for writing it. I will take credit, though, maybe for the idea, because I pitched Marvel an idea where the Hulk gets taken off the planet and becomes this gladiator on this kind of like Roman planet, and sort of becomes like the king of the gladiators. And they turned it down, and then, you know, what, 6-7 years later, they're doing Planet Hulk. Now, I'm not saying there's any connection. I'm just saying that
I'm just saying.
well, I'm saying that it's very interesting about, you know, how you can come up with similar ideas to other people.
Yeah, no.
And
They
never
ripped you
have
off.
to, oh, you're saying
I don't
they ripped
trust
you off? Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Don't trust them. Don't believe
That would be, is that Star Trek 6?
yeah. Let them die. They're dying, Jim. Let them die.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Kirk
can't
learned
get
his
the
lesson,
color
right?
right.
He became a humanitarian by the end of that. We can all work together.
Oh no. Look at what you wrought.
Here we go. Yep.
Hold hands and move forward toward the galaxy.
All right. I guess they're closer than we can get.
Get fresh.
Oh well.
David, are you throwing your art supplies
He's
around here?
fed up, man.
Yeah, you don't worry about that.
That's what it sounds like.
Oh, I'm talking like a pirate now. I can't take this crap anymore.
Arr! No, it's not. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
What if it's Edward G. Robinson as the pirate, though? Arr, yeah,
Edward G. Robinson and the Pirates.
Yeah.
Hey, great movie.
Wasn't there a movie called The Pirates that featured Walter Matthau as a pirate?
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Now, originally,
He
that was
played the
supposed to-
great pirate.
Jack Nicholson was supposed to have that. He thought it was stupid, so he didn't do it. They gave it to old Walter Matthau.
I'm not sure how to take this. Beaver Boys in all caps says, Gary, take off your shirt, please.
I think he
I
wants
mean,
to
it
see
could-
your other shirt.
Wow, what is going
You
on?
could read that in a lot of ways. I'm not sure how to.
He wants to see your Loco Pollo. El Pollo Loco.
Pollo Loco, the crazy.
That's
ticket.
this is as far as I'm going to go here.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you get.
Na 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 na.
I don't get any. Yeah, I don't get any money from the super chat, so that's all you get.
Yeah.
Oh,
He said, but we're only fans.
we're only fans. Gotta wait for it to dry, and then I'm done.
yeah, I don't think you are. I mean, oh, wait a minute.
I'll be the judge of that.
Oh, yeah, that looks great, Kelsey. Fantastic. All right, I think I solved my problem. I'm just going to draw the boat small.
Hold on a second. The chat's taking an ugly turn. Past Master Dan is asking, "Are you single, Gary?"
Hey.
Insta. Yeah, David, turn on that rave music again. The lights.
Yeah.
Gary's gonna get a little jiggy here.
Do you dance?
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Again, I don't get any money from the super chat.
All right.
All right,
I gotta
I'm
wait
not
for this.
grading on our lettering. I'm just blocking it in, you know.
I see. I got I chose wisely because I'm just gonna do the 7 slashes. You know, slash cross //7. That was the symbol for the movie.
Oh yeah.
The Mike S. Miller just came out of me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Getting away with something.
Jeez.
What, Aaron? No shit.
Huh?
No shit.
He's writing "Ship goes here" for the anchors. For you,
No,
Gary.
no. The ship's going in here. I got this figured out.
You're gonna leave that for your assistant.
Have you ever had that, Gary, where somebody was like, you know, drew some scribbles and was like buildings?
Yep. Rude used to do that. He'd have notes all over those Nexus pages, and he'd say like, "Draw a scary shape here." I'm serious. Like, what the hell is a scary shape?
Yeah, without going into details of why he couldn't do it, you know. It scares me too much, Gary. Do it. You do it.
I don't want to scare myself.
Yeah.
Very sensitive. Caribbean is okay. It's 1 R and 2 B's.
No, it's 3 R's and 2 B's.
What? No, that's MISSISSIPPI, right? Isn't that how?
It's a silent R. You forgot the silent R.
The silent R.
Caribbean.
You gotta say it like a pirate. Caribbean.
Caribbean.
Dark side. Darren says we're now entering the portion of the show where DWAM starts manhandling his art supplies.
Yeah, and frustration. It's just like
Suck.
The growl.
All right. Here's Orlando Bloom.
Oh, is that who that is?
Pirate ship. Okay, we got about 35 minutes, gentlemen.
I got this.
Yeah, I
you got-
think 2 out of 3 look close to being finished.
What are you trying to say, Gary? I'm not sure what you're insinuating, but I don't like it. Where's my... I had a boat here. Oh, there it is. A ship.
I drew a boat somewhere. Where'd it go?
And David's got his giant marker sound effect going.
Yeah.
We'll just move Keira Knightley up a little bit here. I think that solves my problem. I got the music going. You know it's working.
Do you like the second one?
I didn't love it, but you know, it was okay. The third one I thought was getting ridiculous. The fourth one was absurd, and you know, the
Oh,
whole
I didn't even
thing.
see it. I ended it at 3, but I loved
Yeah.
the third one because it was just. I expected just kind of the same, and they went nuts.
Yeah, I agree.
It was very
Over the top goofy.
Yeah, and I kind of like didn't expect that, and in turn, I really enjoyed it. I'm like, I thought it was just going to be like, you know, what the fourth one ended up being, and I was like, this is more like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Hold on a second, Texas mofo. I'm not going to answer that.
there's a lot of ropes on pirate ships or
Yep.
ships in general. It's like
Yep.
those things not get tangled up. You know, it's like what the heck, man? You're supposed to know what all those ropes are for? Jeez.
You need,
Yeah,
in
they
order to
all
be
have-
an accurate movie poster.
They all have a purpose. They're not
Yep.
just, random ropes. They're
Oh,
all
I'm sure, but mine are random.
Disqualified.
Well, let's see, this is what they used to call in the business as a comp. Okay,
Oh, okay.
we're doing a finished movie poster. We're designing a poster. We're not creating a finished poster.
Oh.
This is what I'm taking to the, I'm taking this to Spielberg to say, what do you think about this as concept for the?
Aaron, try putting some thought into your next piece.
Damn, that was mean. Even I'm the one saying that.
It's like
Damn,
he's been thinking about this for years.
that's true. He's been like movie poster. So, is this the movie poster that would get you into the theater? That's a big question right there.
Yeah.
If it was drawn by a competent artist, yes.
Damn.
So, not this one.
That's why I'm just designing it. I'm not executing it.
You're designing for Struzan. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, here we go. Some on topic banter. What do you consider the best, or at least the most movie poster, the thing that, like when you think of movie poster, what's the first thing that pops into your head?
Well, if you're talking about my favorite movie poster,
Yeah.
Big Trouble in Little China has got to be.
Oh yeah, good one.
Struzan one, that's got to be like right there. And I also like Indiana Jones: The Temple of Doom.
Yeah, good
It's
one.
a great one. The Star Trek ones. This Bob Peak's Star Trek II, the European release,
Yeah, I like
is really good. Star Trek III, The Search for Spock, the European one, is really good too because it has Bob Peak art on it, and it's like the 2 and 3, the release in the U.S. were just photos, and the one for 3 in the U.S. was lame. It was art, but it was lame in design. And it's like, why did they get Bob Peak to do these and then only release them as European posters? But that's what they did. So, but I would say if I had to pick, I would say that Big Trouble in Little China. And Carl Kiesel has the original art from that. So
Really? Holy
Yeah.
smokes!
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Thought that there was a Struzan show here in Portland. Like this is, I think Carl was working on Superman and all this. It was huge royalty days, right?
Yeah, so that quote Carl, Superman has been very good to me.
Yeah, and so he had the money to go in there and actually buy the original that was on display there at this show.
Wow.
He still has it.
We're gonna have to pay Carl a little visit.
Yeah.
That's right.
What up, homie?
Yeah, I won't dox him so people go to his house and rob him. But
Aaron, is Carl still in the Portland area?
I would.
Look at Gary's on it. Don't trust him, Aaron.
I won't say. I don't want to get, I don't want people over there hunting him down to get that poster. But yeah, it's amazing how tight it is. Even the original, it's just like, wow. But there's a lot of. Do you have a favorite poster? I mean, Jaws may be my all-time favorite movie poster too, but that was actually the book cover, and they just used it as the.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, good book cover then.
Well, the original book cover sucked, and then they may have done the piece, and they may have used it for both at the same time, like the new book cover and the movie. So I should take that back. It might have been designed as the movie poster, but then they immediately used it as the book paperback cover.
Oh, well, that makes more sense.
But I think it came out as the paper, because they had the hardcover, which was like this all black cover. It had sort of like this white ghostly shape that was supposed to be a shark, but it looked more like some sort of beluga whale or something. And then they did this.
That was the poster for Orca. Oh my God!
David's going nuts, man.
You've lost before. What? It ain't that bad.
Yeah, man.
He lost the Robin Hood artwork again.
He's trying desperately to find Robin Hood. It ain't there.
Shut up. Shadnap.
Shadnap. That's a Bugs Bunny cartoon right there. Yeah, so those would probably be, and also Young Frankenstein. I love that poster too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on the Big Trouble. That's like I was actually gonna say like not my favorite, but it's so good. But the Back to the Future, just because it's like so simple and effective. But like the Big Trouble, I like the single illustration ones, because they're rare to see just one image represent a movie.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm not with comic book covers. I love big centralized images, and then you can put some little stuff around them, but you've got to have that big central image for me, and that's why I like that Temple of Doom poster. It has that huge headshot.
Yeah.
Indiana, of Harrison Ford. Then it has kind of the little stuff around it. So I just sort of gravitate towards that stuff.
I liked Bill Stout's Wizards poster because that reason. Plus, it was done in comic art style.
Yep, that's a great poster. It's so simple, but so
just it's really completely compelling. You're like, what is this?
See the Graybeards episode where I improve upon it.
We all did Wizards, didn't we, on that show? Yeah, because I did a Wizards piece too.
What was it? Oh yeah, it was what's her face?
I had the little the plump fairy girl, and then
and the
Avatar,
wizard,
and then
Avatar,
a black wolf behind him.
Yeah. Wait, what did David do?
I was just going to say, David, in the chat, they're evoking the Lord's name in reaction to what you're doing.
I did Gandalf.
What was I don't remember.
Gandalf. David's going full red here. He's not messing around.
He's not messing with Kelsey anymore. He's going to get the red before Kelsey does.
Is that
right. Look how much red David's using Kelsey. So you might as well.
It's not the amount of red, it's how you use it.
Okay. Is that what you tell yourself when you're second guessing when you're lying in bed at night?
It's not how much red you use.
It's how you use it. It's how you use it.
Now I'm trying. What, David? You didn't do Gandalf because we were doing.
Oh yeah, right. We're doing Lord of the Rings. We're doing.
What did he do?
He was a wizard. They're all the same.
Maybe we were both doing wizards, and he was the smart one that was doing something different. I don't remember.
Bill Weist is already calling it. Pack it up, boys. David's the winner.
Well, Bill, you're free to leave at any time. Hey, you guys, I'm coming in late. Just you know, I'm gonna finish strong.
Are you going to ink this, Aaron?
I don't know if I am.
You got what, like 25 minutes?
I don't know if I ever actually intended to ink it or not.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
You going straight to color?
Well, I was gonna do. I kind of like what Kelsey's doing with kind of the sort of ink wash kind of thing on it. Might have looked good, but yeah, I'm kind of at the drawing stage still, so not thinking this is going to get beyond the drawing stage.
Good work.
But it's a brilliant design.
So you'll get it the finished one 20 minutes after the show, and then David's next month.
Yeah. But Kelsey will always come through for you by the end of the show.
Yeah, there you go. All dependable.
Even if it's not good, he doesn't care as long as it's done.
Herb Trimpe would understand.
Yes, he would.
My man Herb Trimpe.
Citizen Ronan says David is using actual red. Aaron, take note.
Oh, it's my funky paints. It's not me.
Using those dollar store paints again?
No, I've given up
The
on
Chinese,
this.
it's the Chinese as he's blaming. The Chinese
That's
red.
right. It's Chinese red that I use, which looks orange. I have a real affinity for orange, I have to admit. So I even get my reds so that they're sort of orangish.
I got the waiting game. I got to let it dry. There's too much water. There's like almost no paper left.
There's a lull in the conversation, so you could use the hairdryer.
I don't own a hairdryer.
I even got my old J.C. Penney special sitting right here. Unfortunately, I will not be getting to use it today, but
Just whirl it around your head like I did in art class. You have like 20 minutes for that.
All right, good.
Plenty of time.
All right, so what's the worst movie poster you can think of?
there's a lot. Oh, have you seen the alligator movie poster? That's another great one. Where the alligator's like in the sewer and there's like fog in there and he's coming out of the sewer pipe.
Oh, yeah.
That's tremendous. And Army of Darkness, which we can't decide who actually drew it or painted it. But
I told you. Jorge Rodrigo. Or no, what was his name?
What was his name, David?
Yeah, I don't know. David can't remember either. Oh, he's yelling at his kids. All right.
Yeah. Oh.
I think the 90s, I was looking through the 90s because I always remember them having terrible movie posters. It was just photos of heads. But there was a lot more good ones than I imagined. But, it's like they weren't indicative of the movie. It was like the Matrix, I think, just has like a shot of Neo standing there. Like, it's like, what does this say about the Matrix at all? Like,
right. They're not very clever. Once they discovered Photoshop, movie posters went to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah.
Because now it's just ridiculous photo manipulation, and it's like no one's putting any thought into the storytelling or even really selling the product. It's just there's no drama, there's no craftsmanship. It's just garbage, in my humble opinion.
What about Mondo? What do you think of those paintings?
I actually like a lot of the Mondo but they're all art, right? I mean, they're
Yeah.
all illustrated. And the guy, Stout, not Bill Stout, but his last name is Stout. He did a ton of, he used to do rock and roll posters was his thing. And they got him to do like several of those. And they're usually like 1 million heads in there and stuff. I like a lot of his. There's a couple of guys that are really, really good that work on those posters. In fact, the Frankenstein movie poster I used in for the the placard for the show was one of those Mondo posters. I don't know if it was Mondo. It might have been. There's like several galleries doing that stuff now, but that was a really great poster, Frankenstein poster. Struzen did one. It was really good.
He did a Mondo? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did a Frankenstein one early on. It's like half the poster is Frankenstein, the other half is Colin Clive, Dr. Frankenstein. And then there's like, I think the windmill is down at the bottom burning or something. But yeah, it was really good. Stout did a Nosferatu one for them.
Ooh.
Really cool. But yeah, there's a great, I think it's, what's the guy's name? Is it Martin Anson, I think? There was a Conan poster, a Schwarzenegger Conan poster they did was really cool. And there's a Snake Plissken Escape from New York poster that's really cool. That's a crappy poster.
Damn.
Escape from New York.
I'm doing the best I can, dude.
No, not yours.
Oh.
Immediately, Kelsey thought he was talking about it.
The original Escape from New York poster is crap.
Is that what's on that? I don't even remember that one.
Big picture of the Statue of Liberty and New York City, and then little tiny Snake Plissken and.
Oh, but that's iconic. At the head of the Statue of Liberty. Everybody watched that movie to see that scene, and it wasn't even in the movie.
You know what else? The Planet of the Apes movie poster is not great either. For all the things they could have done with that. So I mean, yeah, it's like because of but it. I don't know. I don't like it. It's one that I can use and not feel bad.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, shut up, you guys.
Too sensitive.
Well, it's when guys do like cover recreations, like comic book cover recreations, you want to pick one that didn't really hit the mark. You don't want to pick one that's iconic and then redo it worse than what they what they originally did. But you could do Escape from New York where the focus is Snake Plissken, right? And kind of what I did with the Jaws poster where you kind of go totally opposite of what the actual poster is, and then it doesn't feel like you're sucking as badly as you might otherwise.
Henry Dermick says the Gauntlet. Frank Frazetta.
That's a good one, though.
I was just about to ask, what do you think of Frazetta's movie posters? Because they're very different kind of movie poster, I think. Well,
his one he did for Tarantino, I think, sucks. And
what Tarantino one? I don't.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
I do not remember that cover. You might have to pull that one up.
I don't remember that either. Yeah, Aaron, do you have that handy?
I'm finishing Orlando Bloom right now. I'm not pulling it up. I just, it was, he was older, and I just don't think he put much into it. And they didn't use it for wide release, so I don't think they were incredibly happy with it either. That's just fine.
Didn't he do a couple like cartoony style?
Yeah, like in the 60s, like
like 9-day rated Minsky's or something like that, where he did like cartoony portraits of the actors.
Oh, I like those. Those are kind of Mad Magazine.
Yeah.
Almost. I like those. Yeah.
He did that. He did that low budget Luana, which basically was some cave girl thing. That was pretty good. Fire and Ice is a great poster.
Oh yeah, great one.
Oh, Skull Nasher says it wasn't Tarantino; it was Robert Rodriguez.
Ah.
All right, that's true. But Tarantino wrote it, I think, didn't he? He had something.
I think
he
so.
Produced it, maybe.
I think
the movie,
might have written it.
Yeah, and he produced it, and then Robert Rodriguez directed. Yeah. There's a very saucy Selma Hayek in it, so you can.
Yeah, her introduction to the world was great. Of course, it has Tarantino drinking champagne out of her feet. That was gross.
Yeah, that was kind of disgusting. Oh, Bill, we said Mad World. Jack Davis.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
Jack
great
Davis.
poster.
I love the Fearless Vampire Hunters with poor Sharon Tate and what's his face, the child molester director.
Who did that poster?
Roman Polanski was in that.
No,
He directed
who did the poster?
Huh?
The poster. Who's the artist?
Frazetta.
Oh.
Okay, I don't remember that one.
I'm pretty sure it was Frazetta. You just look up Fearless Vampire Hunters. They have just done the.
I used to use that movie title to win at charades because the whole title was Fearless Vampire Hunters or Pardon Me, But Your Teeth Are in My Neck.
Yes, that's right.
And I'd always win because that's there's no way you could.
We had to get the whole title.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Try to mime, pardon me, but your teeth are in my neck.
Gary's always looking for an angle.
They're like, let's play charades, and they're like, no, Gary's here.
And of course, they never had heard of the movie. I'm the only one that, so it wasn't like they could guess it.
Well, clearly you never played with partners because you would have screwed over your partner had you.
No, that's where you write movie titles for the other team.
Oh.
You just proved he's never played charades before.
Well, Gary rules.
Aaron's never
I
had any fun.
stopped playing charades when my partner was actually suffering a heart attack, and I thought he was still playing charades.
I felt that coming a while away.
That's hard.
And you're like, Splendor in the Grass. No,
Yeah.
Up the down staircase.
Yeah, Red Fox.
Red Fox,
Red Fox.
I'm coming, Elizabeth.
Bringing a baby. No, oh God, he's having a heart attack.
If you watch clips from Sanford and Son, that show could never have be on TV today.
Oh hell no!
No way.
So,
That or the Archies.
Yeah, Archie Bunker.
Archie Bunker.
Yeah, is that what it's called? Or that's the guy's name?
All in the Family.
All in the Family. Yeah.
All in the Family.
Also, the name of certain pornography you don't want to look up.
Oh my goodness.
Hit Cloud Kicker. Yeah, I think you're just joining us now. Yes, that's from 7.
Hey, yeah, almost done.
yeah, me too. Not.
Yeah, I was trying to make it kind of graphic by just using the simple color scheme, where they're. But I should have moved it so that he's not poking around the edge of the box right here. Should have moved it over, maybe. Oh well.
Well, hey, I should have made my ship bigger, but it's just a sketch, man. It's just a sketch. We're just figuring things out here.
Honestly, your movie poster should have been just the depth with the skull and the sword. That would have been a sweet movie poster.
Yeah, and it'd be done now.
Yeah, exactly.
How many other occupations have that you get out of jail free card when you're like use that as an excuse for half-assing it? Oh, it's just a sketch.
Just a sketch.
Like if you're a lawyer, do they have an equivalent for like not getting your client off?
Nobody said I was half-assing it. Okay, I never said
Well,
that.
I mean,
No, Gary did.
Yeah.
well, I mean that's what artists say when they're haven't given it 100%.
There you go. It's hit the nice sketch.
I'm giving this sketch 100%.
Do other occupations anybody can think of, like in the medical field or
Yeah.
law or
Gosh. All
He
right.
died of heart failure, but it's just a sketch.
We're not launching anything next week.
That's the most brilliant sketch I've ever seen.
Thank you. Now we'll talk.
I wouldn't call it a sketch. You're doing yourself a disservice there, Aaron.
Yeah. Good backtracking. Yeah. Well done.
I'm going to have a beef with anyone in the chat that calls it a sketch.
No, you're right. I mean, you go graphic on, especially on a show like this, and don't try and get too cute. Once again, I have gotten too cute, and am paying the price for this non-competition competition.
I'm trying my hardest to fail at this, but it's just not working.
Here's
I'm
an
trying to
interesting
fail.
TV trivia.
Kelsey,
Cloud Kicker says he was watching a documentary on sitcoms last night. When the Jeffersons started, George was 37 and Wheezy was 58.
Wow.
seriously? Like in real life?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She was that much older than him?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, why you got me with this woman? Give me somebody fine.
Mm-hmm.
How old do you think I am?
Yeah, George looked a lot older than 37.
Yes,
He
yeah.
must have had a hard life.
Well, the suit kind of makes you look a little older too. I don't think I've ever seen him
and
not
the hairline.
in a suit. Oh, that's true. Have you ever seen him not in a suit? Like, I don't think have you ever seen him in like just normal street clothes?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh man, I've never seen that.
David
I've
had
always
dinner
seen him
on
in a
his
suit.
house.
I have run into a lot of
Some
celebrities.
folks in the chat are wondering what the time situation is.
Why is everybody so worried about?
They got things to do. They're ready to get out of here.
We got 11 minutes.
Everybody's finished theirs except for you.
Hey, I'm gonna say it.
David just put his headphones on. He's like, I'm out. Listening
No,
to The
this is how
Cure.
I hear you guys.
Oh, okay. Thought he was listening to The Cure or something.
Mhm.
Comics for Life is asking a interesting question. Are there any comic book adaptation covers that you guys feel did a better poster than the movie poster?
Oh, comic adaptations.
Barry Ordway's Batman
That's pretty good.
was pretty good.
I got to give
He
him
did the
credit
Batman
to do
comic
that. He got everybody's likeness pretty good in that comic,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and that ain't easy.
Oh, we're just talking about the movie adaptation comic. Oh, okay.
Well, I think he mentioned covers, but
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm saying that.
Yeah, cover.
I liked what Bill Sienkiewicz did with Dune, but I wouldn't say I liked it better.
Well, what was the Dune cover or poster? Surely his was better. It was just probably some headshots of Kyle MacLachlan and
Yeah.
DLA is suggesting Mignolas Dracula, maybe.
Yeah, that was like one of the best adaptations for sure. Rodolfo did one for the prequel Star Wars movie that Al Williamson inked, but and it was awesome. But for those guys, it looked like they were on autopilot.
Yeah, I think at that point in Williamson's career, that's what he was doing.
Well, and Rodolfo, he was like, I got to get this done because I got to go make millions in movies right now. I got no time for comic books.
Yeah.
All I remember is the 70s ones, and those were like Jaws 2 and things like that. Marvel Super Spectacular Jaws 2. And I was like, Jaws 2 movie poster is really pretty good. It has that girl skiing and the big Jaws head coming up behind her, but it's a nice feeling.
That's great.
I don't know who did it, but it's a nice
Yeah.
That's pretty fun though.
I was. It's really kind of blown up. I was trying to find that poster, and now it's kind of expensive.
Do you have a movie poster collection, Aaron?
Yeah, I do. It's not
How do
great,
you
but-
do? You just store them, or do you display them?
No, I have our family room is kind of like a movie room. I have like old movie cameras and stuff, which I also collect. And I got a real problem.
Finally.
Finally admits it. Let's see. I got Richard Amsel's Dark Crystal poster up there right now.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
I've got Star Trek 1, 2, 3, 4, all by what's his face?
Peak, Bob Peak.
Yeah, Peak.
Yeah.
Also, there's a great Incredibles poster by Peak that I got. That that was commissioned by Lassiter for the employees of Pixar only.
Well, how did you end up?
Well, how'd you get it?
Yeah.
It's Robert McGinnis.
Oh
And
yeah,
really
McGinnis.
McGinnis,
Yeah, that
yeah.
was awesome.
I've got the Jaws re-release, but not the original release. I got Young Frankenstein, the original. Got Alligator. I got Wizards.
I see how you notice that you stop drawing when you start talking about your
I know,
collection.
so you guys are like totally messing with me again. Hey, Aaron, tell us about your childhood. Well, I don't think my title is big enough either. I do like the design, but I'm gonna have to tweak this again before I go to. I'm actually gonna do this as a poster, like I did the Jaws one. I don't know when, but I've been threatening for years to do it. But,
Well, that's the first step. You got the layout.
yeah.
I'm sorry, finished sketch.
No, it's a layout. It is. It's a, it's a finished layout, but it's a layout nonetheless. I mean, come on. Just because I don't have any color on it doesn't mean it's not a layout.
All right.
Carter Roy says his brother-in-law has the original 1930s Frankenstein movie poster,
Oh God, that's
or banner as it is on canvas. Wow.
How do you even get that? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. How did you get it? That's our question to you, Art.
the most expensive movie poster is for the Mummy, Karloff's The Mummy.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't know, but it went for the most money of any poster ever. Last time it sold for over $1 million. And
That's crazy.
I know, or I shouldn't say I know, but I met the guy who has at least one of them. There's not very many out there. It's really rare too. I think that's probably part of it. He also has Frankenstein. He has like Lon Chaney, senior, like Phantom of the Opera posters. It's just unbelievable, this guy's collection. In fact, they did a book. I tried to bring this up last couple times ago, and I couldn't find the stupid book. And now you got me looking for it again when I should be drawing. Let's see if I can find it.
Look, he left his table. We're still talking about movie posters. Operation successful.
All right. Brad Pitt, that is not.
That looks like Abe Lincoln.
Yeah, Abe Lincoln in 7.
I want to see that.
You guys
That's
see
like Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen that. It's entertaining, I guess.
It's totally ridiculous, and I need to see it again because I
I
might
know.
enjoy it on a whole other level. Because I think when some movies you watch them, you're like, that was so dumb, and then later you watch it and you're like, that's so dumb. You know, like you watch it on like a whole other level. I like that.
I was like that with Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, I love that movie.
I didn't know what anything about it going into it, and I was baffled.
It's
And
so
then
peculiar.
I watched it again and realized the genius of it. So, but it took me. It took me.
We watched that and we were like, I don't understand what I'm watching. Why is it so great? Then we watched it again. It just gets funnier every time you watch it.
Yeah,
it makes me sick with all the eggs. The egg.
Yeah,
yeah.
That was his lunch. Yeah.
That old fool with that voice.
Yeah.
Killed me. Killed me. I'm like, what the hell am I watching?
Well, Angela Curry's in.
They had that job where they worked collecting eggs, right? That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Angela Curry tuned in. She says she watches Napoleon once a year. But like I say, it took me 2 viewings to recognize the genius of it.
I like to think that his brother grew up to be the guy in the military in Idiocracy, that you put him into the freezer. He had like this whole thing with the pimp game. And he even looks like him.
Yeah.
Combine those universes.
I didn't see that movie.
Ah, man, you'd understand so much of what's happening today if you saw that movie.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's brilliant. Yeah, President Macho Camacho. I know y'all shit's all emotional right now.
David, the chat's getting excited that you're taking off the tape.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen Batman's red outfit before. That's a new one for me.
Here comes a
See, like the hammer and sickle right there on his chest.
David, this is like looking to me like a communist propaganda poster.
That's what I'm saying.
We got 1 minute. 1 minute.
Good luck, Aaron.
Yeah, well, I'm calling it. I'd say it ain't getting any better at this point.
Batman is the hero of the people.
Oh my! All right, let's see what we've concocted here. I'll go first since.
That don't sound so defeated.
Since what? Say it.
Ooh.
Okay, so you gotta kind of envision what it might look like done.
Squint your eyes and run across the street.
Look at Orlando Bloom's hair. It's like a romance novel cover.
Yeah.
Fabio.
Blow it in the wind.
That's great. Yeah,
So yeah,
almost imagine.
I tip my hat. You got the ship in there.
There it is.
I didn't think you could do it.
There it is. You see the Pirates of the Caribbean. It's not even right because it's like Legend of the Black Pearl or something like that. Isn't there like a subtitle in there?
Yeah.
Curse of the.
Put more words in there.
Yeah, more words.
So I've got. I like this whole Johnny Depp thing up here. I like it. It needs some more tweaking. I might have to make him smaller, move these guys up a little bit to get more of the Curse of the Black Pearl or whatever I want in there. But,
what are you going to redraw it?
I want to do this as a poster, but I've got to keep tweaking it because it's not quite. They don't quite fit the way I want it to. But that's kind of the idea here.
Well, fix that hand while you're at it.
Yeah, Jake. Jake Blues says, "Imagine this, but completed."
Imagine what this would look like if it was good. Just think about that.
That's great. I think you got the likenesses down, actually.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Got them a little bit, but yeah. So anyway,
Keira Knightley's eyes aren't far enough apart, though.
Yeah, you're right. I'm looking at her.
You drew her like a normal woman.
Yeah. Well, her nose isn't quite long enough either, but I was under pressure.
Yeah. Good effort.
Yeah, it was a nice effort, Aaron. Thanks for playing. You'll get.
Well, I mean, for the amount of time, this is very, very, very ambitious.
I like your Barbosa sketch over there. What is that?
With this?
Yeah.
That's just my really bad printer. Printed
Oh.
this out, and I was like, "What happened to the black ink?" So I don't know. It's probably clogged up again. So
I was about to say, I like that one. What did you just
Well,
go with
Yeah, I
that one?
thought you painted that.
anyway, all right, Kelsey. Let's see what you have.
Oh, okay. Here we go. It's all off-centered and very yellow on the screen. There's my great rendition of Abraham Lincoln as the police officer whose wife dies, and there's my movie credits. So
Yeah, that box.
Seven, the movie.
That box was shipped all the way from Italy. Fragile.
Oh, did I spell it wrong?
It's Italian. Fragile.
Fragile.
No,
The
actually,
Italian knockoff of Seven with a much more rugged looking main guy.
I actually like the concept here, though.
Yeah, very. Yeah, I mean that's a compelling poster.
Thank you.
So,
Yeah. It beats the just giant headshots that they used.
yeah, it's definitely second or third place today.
Yeah, you got Brad Pitt in a film. You're not going to show him in silhouette.
Yeah.
You're not going to go Toth on Brad Pitt.
All right. Top three.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, you made the top three, so that's good. Let's take a look and see what David's got for us, the communist. Ooh.
The Batman.
Is this the Patterson film?
Yeah.
I like it. Graphic.
Yeah. Wow. Is that light splashing across his chest, or is that like he's got what's going on there? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Red light. He's in the red light district, man. You know how.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I don't even remember the poster.
Very graphic. Nice design. Definitely top three.
You need the black mascara running from his eyes.
Oh yeah.
Get your emo Batman.
Master Dan says, winner, chicken dinner. It's not a competition, Master Dan. Let's not get carried away here.
Yeah, if I'd have gone and done Batman or,
Winner, chimichanga dinner.
Oh, come
Hey,
on.
what the? No fair.
Oh my gosh, you don't get to eat on this stream. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness.
Damn you. Oh, my gosh.
That's where you got the red. Got the red sauce. Fopeasy says, Lopez, do you have any idea when you'll close your campaign? I'm hoping to have everything wrapped up into the printer in 2 weeks, and then I'll close it down. So no later than mid-September, unless something crazy happens.
Wow,
Let's
very
see. Ooh, that looks delicious, says Matt Hepp. I'm sure he's talking about your dinner or the art.
Yeah, both.
Demas says $20 confirmed for the chimichanga.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bid 25.
And that's scratch made, I bet.
Oh no, this you know what, David? This could be like a really good. What do they call them? The promo posters. Before they have any of the credits or anything on them.
Yeah.
Prelim.
No. Advance
Teasers.
Oh yeah,
they
the
call
teaser.
them the advance movie posters, and that would be a great one. That's fantastic. I definitely think that's second or third today.
Does he have a double chin?
Nope.
Oh.
Nice try, Kelsey.
It's got that nice little reflective light going there. Past Master Dan says looks like a lounge card. I don't even know what that means. You mean a lobby card?
Oh yeah.
Lobby card.
Oh, that's not. Yeah. I
Black
call
Jack's
cheating.
encouraging me wants to know if I was shredding my drawing. I guess.
Yeah, help us out. Cut that baby open. Let's take a look.
All right.
Yeah. What do we got? It's filled with your dogs and your grandchildren. What's in there?
Skullmaster says David wins. It's not a competition. Let's stop that right
He's
now.
riding the chat with us.
Joseph Pantalon, nice T-shirt.
Ah.
Oh boy.
Oh, come on. Okay, Aaron,
Is
wrap
this
this up.
homemade or is this like out of the freezer? Is this homemade?
Wrap this up, Aaron, so we can all go
Oh, my
eat.
Oh,
You never met his wife? That's homemade.
Oh.
Ain't nothing like that coming out of a freezer.
Oh,
Yeah, just quit
look at all
showing
that
off.
beef action.
Ken Jackman says that would look excellent printed on glossy photo
Yeah.
paper. I think he's talking about the chimichanga.
Oh man,
David just digs in. No utensils necessary.
Oh my gosh,
Oh my
barbarian. All right, everybody. You have just suffered through another episode of the Graybeards studio. We hope you enjoyed at least some of the time you spent with us, because we enjoyed spending it with you. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the commentary.
homemade
Thank you.
guacamole.
Really appreciate that. And we're all just starving. What is David doing? Unbelievable.
He's having a better night than we are.
Yeah, I can tell you that right now. Citizen Ronan says food porn.
It's a mukbang channel now.
I'm gonna have to bounce him, man.
Oh my God! It's like when I met Joe Phillips for the first time.
Oh, hey, Henry Jeremick's on my side. He says Aaron wins. That's what I like to hear, even though it's not a competition unless you guys want to support me. Anyway, so there you have it. Our movie poster designs for this week, you guys. We appreciate you joining us. We couldn't do the show without you. Please hit the like and subscribe if you're so inclined. We all have campaigns that we featured earlier in the video. You'll find the links in the description of this video. We'll be launching David.
Oh my God!
We're going to be launching Gary's book, Brush with Destiny, next week, right here as we're drawing crazy stuff. And who picks? David? Is it David's turn next week?
We're going to draw burritos.
Actually, I think it's Kelsey's turn next week. So
Is it?
Yeah. Well, this was mine. Gary was before that, and then David.
No, it's my turn.
Oh, it's David's turn.
He gets the chimichangas and he gets to pick. No
I
fair.
know, it's amazing. So anyway, guys, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we will see you next time right here, right here on the best draw stream on the internet, Graybeard Studio. Yeah, everybody, thanks.